Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Yeah, just making sure we're good on the radio. Thanks, dude. We're good. You guys ready in 1 minute? That's when I'm starting in 1 minute. What's that? No, coffee. Just a regular Pike's Place. A lot of undercover? Yeah. No, mine's just normal. Just give me the caffeine. Give me a little caffeine. Okay, sounds good. Sorry, guys, I was talking to... All right, here we go.
The following is a presentation of Learfield IMG College.
It's time for St. Mary's basketball on the Gales Radio Network.
Inside to the corner for Dukas, his three, got it! Johnson blocks the shot! LJ is everywhere right now. Bowen's open, lets a three fly, it's good! Big shot for Kyle Bowen!
Welcome to the University Credit Union pregame show. University Credit Union, the official credit union of St. Mary's College Athletics. Visit ucu.org to learn more. Live courtside. Here's Alex Jensen.
Thursday night in Moraga from University Credit Union Pavilion on the campus of St. Mary's College. Welcome to Gales basketball. I'm Alex Jensen. Great to have you with us on this Thursday evening as the Gales tonight begin West Coast Conference play, hosting the San Diego Toreros for a 6 p.m. tip here in Moraga. Well, the Gales are coming off a 66-54 victory over the Wyoming Cowboys, a bounce-back win for St. Mary's after falling to Colorado State, their second loss in the non-conference here in Moraga back on December 18th, a 62-60 setback. And of course, at that point, it looked like the Gales were starting to gain some steam after a three-game losing streak. St. Mary's had won 3 in a row, including a key win in Phoenix over, at the time, number 22 San Diego State, and then really throttling New Mexico State. But the Gales a setback against Colorado, a game in which turnovers proved to be key, and St. Mary's down the stretch was sloppy with the basketball. But the Gales bounced back a week ago yesterday with a 66-54 victory over Wyoming. Just 8 turnovers in that game for the Gales. Logan Johnson poured in a career-high 28 points. And St. Mary's forced 19 Wyoming turnovers and scored 25 points off those turnovers. And the Gales concluded the non-conference portion of their schedule with a 10-4 record with that win over the Wyoming Cowboys. So the Gales come in here winners of 3 out of their last 4. And again, when Logan Johnson has been good, the Gales have been good. 28 points in the game against Wyoming. St. Mary's in 6-1 when he scores in double figures. And for the Gales, they also got 19 points, tying a career high from Mitchell Saxon. It was really a story of those two guys in the opening 20 minutes, as the rest of the Gales, in fact, Alex Dukas and Aiden Mahaney, began the game 0 for 13. Dukas did not score for the first time since February of last season. And for Mahaney, he really keyed a run for St. Mary's midway through the second half, a 21-6 spurt. And Aiden during that time had 9 consecutive points at one time and spurred the Gales on to victory. Again, St. Mary's led in the first half by 14 against Wyoming. You're going to hear about this from Mickey McConnell in our pregame coaches show, but led by 14 in the first half against the Cowboys. Wyoming then went on a 12-2 run spanning halftime, got it to within 3, but for this young St. Mary's team to show the resiliency after starting the second half 0 of 7, 2 of 12, the Gales at one point made 11 of 12 shots and went on that 21-6 run, able to separate from the Cowboys en route to the 12-point victory. And again, the Gales were up by as many as 18 in the final minutes, but Wyoming a little 8-0 run, kind of in garbage time from 3.5 minutes to 51 seconds, able to clip it to a 10-point margin. 2 free throws from St. Mary's would make it a 12-point victory. San Diego comes into play today, 7-7 under first-year head coach Steve Lavin. It's a brand-new coaching staff. It's the Toreros have 12 newcomers. And this has been one of the best offensive teams in the league. They're averaging 79 points per game, shooting 45% from the field, and hitting nearly 9 threes a game. However, defensively for San Diego is where their issues have crept up. Out of 352 Division I teams, they are 329th in field goal percentage defense. Opponents are shooting 47% against the Toreros, and they are second to dead last, 351st in Division I, allowing their opponents to shoot 41.3% from behind the arc. The Toreros are also dealing with some injuries. Jaden Dallaire transferred from Stanford, one of 8 transfers on this club. He's been out since December 12th with a thumb injury, and they are thinking they may not get him back this year. He's currently sporting a cast, and Jace Townsend is also out, it appears, with an ankle injury. He sustained that. He's been out rather since December 12th and has missed 3 games since then. So Dallaire averaging 9.5 points per game, Townsend at 15 points per game, and leading the Toreros in field goal percentage, free throw percentage, and three-point percentage. What do the Toreros have left in the cupboard? Well, Wayne McKinney was all-freshman team last year in the West Coast Conference. Marcellus Erlington, who's averaging nearly 15 points per game. He was honorable mention All-WCC last year. And Eric Williams has been one of the best stories in the league, the transfer from Oregon. Of course, the Gales saw him at the Maui a year ago. He had 43 points, a program record against Utah State, and is averaging a double-double so far this season. As we continue along with our pregame show and our countdown to tip-off, Mickey McConnell will join us for our pregame coaches show. After that, we'll have basketball from Moraga, St. Mary's, and San Diego to begin the West Coast Conference calendar. You're listening to St. Mary's basketball, our pregame show from Learfield.
Show your school spirit and earn rewards. As the official credit union of St. Mary's College, University Credit Union offers a custom-designed rewards credit card for the Gale family. Enjoy no annual fee while earning unlimited points, making the UCU St. Mary's credit card the perfect card to use for everyday use. Plus, when you open a UCU checking account, you'll show even more Gale pride with the St. Mary's College debit card. Visit ucu.org to learn more and apply today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Walnut Creek offers Gales fans quick and easy access to the excitement of a vibrant city and the charm of hometown California, all in one central location. Only 7 miles from campus, Walnut Creek Hotels are the official lodging partners for St. Mary's. In a sunny, upscale, and comfortable environment at the base of Mount Diablo, Walnut Creek brings together an eclectic collection of culture, award-winning shopping, hotels, sports facilities, and cuisine to make you smile at every turn. Go to visitwalnutcreek.org to explore your next adventure.
Hey Gales fans, if you love attending live sporting events and concerts, then be sure to check out Tickets for Less. At ticketsforless.com, you'll find the best selection of tickets to all your favorite events, and you never pay steep per-ticket service fees like you do on other sites. Whether you're looking to see your Gales or are planning a trip to see a big event in the city, ticketsforless.com should always be your first stop for tickets. Ticketsforless.com, proud partner of St. Mary's Athletics and live event goers everywhere.
This is St. Mary's basketball on the Gales Radio Network. With tip-off just minutes away, time to get the pregame thoughts of Associate Head Coach Mickey McConnell. With Coach, here's Alex Jensen.
Getting ready for West Coast Conference basketball on this Thursday night as the Gales open WCC play against the San Diego Toreros at University Credit Union Pavilion. Joined by Mickey McConnell for our pregame coaches show. And boy, Mick, the non-conference slate just goes by in the blink of an eye. It seems like just the other day we were talking about Oral Roberts and the season opener. Now it's time for the West Coast Conference opener with San Diego coming to town. You look at the non-conference slate as a whole, a 10-4 record. There's been some ups, there's been some downs. What do you think of your club as we head into conference play?
Yeah, I think we're in a pretty good spot. Obviously, there's a few games in there that that we feel like we kind of left on the table. We didn't play great, but those are in the past now, and they were good learning experiences for us. We have a veteran core of guys, but we still have some young guys that are, that were working their way through that first part of the season, and now they're 14 games in and have improved a lot and have seen a lot more than they had when they first walked onto campus. So. I'm happy with where we're at. Obviously, the metrics and all that stuff are in a good spot, but it's not really our worry right now. Our worry is, getting into league play is a whole new ball game. But I thought first half of the season, we figured out who we wanted to play off of and guys' roles and all that started to kind of sort itself out a bit.
Got back on track last week against Wyoming and Phoenix. You know, we talk about the turnovers so much, only 8 and 2, as you mentioned before I hit record here in garbage time really in that game. Got up 18. You know, they kind of got the margin back down to 12 in the closing minutes, obviously. What did you see?
I thought we played really well. I thought from start to finish we played really, really well. You know, we got great shots early, and we built a lead even with, I think, Aiden and Dukas started off 0 for 13 or something like that. So we played within ourselves. I thought Dukas did an awesome job. It sounds weird saying that because he had 0, but he didn't force it. He didn't try to do too much. He shot open shots. He got good shots, and he gives us that floor spacer no matter what. And he's not going to have too many games where he doesn't make one. So I thought offensively we were good there. Defensively, obviously we turned him over 19 times. It's an interesting box score because they shot 50 from the field, but you turn them over 19 times. And then offensively, we were awesome on the offensive glass. We took care of the ball. Offensive boards, we were really good there. We had a couple of possessions. I think we had 2-3 offensive rebounds, and just really played hard there. And I thought it was a big step for us as far as moving the ball and taking great shots.
Well, and it wasn't just the fact that you won that game coming off the Colorado State law. It was the way you won it. As you mentioned, holding on to the basketball. You see a double-digit lead in the first half, cut all the way down to 1 possession early in the second half before you make that run. And Aiden Mahaney, who started 0 for 7, was key in that run. He had 9 straight at one point. How does that kind of buoy your club's confidence? I know you've got some older guys, but it's still a fairly young team when you compare it to the last couple of years. You know, how does winning a game the way you won it kind of buoy your team's confidence to conclude non-conference play?
No, I think it helps a lot. You know, we relied on Saxon and Logan a lot early. Those two got us off to a great start, and then we started the second half. I want to say like 3 for 16, and to be able to break through that stretch, and I think we finished at one point. We scored on 15 of 17 possessions. So to be able to do that in the course of a game where you struggle a little bit making shots and then to kind of flip the switch a little bit it's a good sign for your club. I mean, our guys just kept believing and playing the right way, and for us to be able to bounce back after that Colorado State loss where we didn't think we played great, it was good for our guys. They need to be able to play on the road in a different arena against a good Mountain West team. Obviously, they're missing one of their best players, but still, it's a quality win for us, and we took a 1-point lead to 18 in that second half. So we played really well in that second half.
How nice was it to see Logan Johnson after a few games where he may tell you himself he wasn't quite up to par offensively? How nice was it to see him explode in Phoenix last week?
No, it was huge for us. He got us going offensively. Obviously, he made some shots, but I thought he played smart. He attacked when he needed to. He shot open threes when he needed to. He hit Saxon on the roll a few times early that got him going. So I just thought you felt him there, and then obviously the 5 steals, you feel him on that defensive end. He can wreak havoc there, and it was just a great overall game for him. And he really led us when we didn't have as much offensive firepower as we needed. He really got us going there.
Getting the week to practice, what does that mean to you guys at this time of the year?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, our guys, they needed a little break. They needed to relax and get some rest. It had been a tough non-conference schedule. You're playing almost every third day and not much time to really practice without anything on the back end. So it was big for us to be able to practice where you could get a day off after it, and your guys could go after each other a little bit, and you can do some more stuff on the court that you maybe would ease off on if you had a game the next day. So it was much needed for us. Clean some stuff up. Just kind of clean up our habits, which going into league play you'll need. Obviously, it's a tough conference slate, and it's a whole new ball game now.
Yeah, you mentioned league play, and I hear you guys talk about this every year. Everyone knows each other so well. Obviously, San Diego's coming in with a brand new coaching staff, but when you do have those little deficiencies, how much does that get exposed in league play, whoever you might be?
No, I think it definitely does. I mean, all the coaches are familiar with each other and how they want to play and what we've done against teams in the past, and that's just the familiarity. We've played these teams so many times that they have a better feel for what we do offensively, defensively, as opposed to Oral Roberts, who's never played us, only got to see film from last year. So the scouting, the detail gets heightened in conference play, and it's a fresh start for everyone. So everyone's kind of 0-0. They're playing with that, and they can just come out and try to win the league. It's not their non-conference doesn't necessarily matter anymore. It's a clean slate. Everyone's 0-0. It's time to get after it.
San Diego's 7-7, and it's been an up-and-down non-conference for them. Started 4-1, 3-6 over their past 9. They've lost 2 of their last 3. Brand new staff, Mick. Almost a brand new roster when you look at 12 newcomers, but plenty of talent here.
Yeah, definitely. They have a lot of talent. I mean, and they have high major talent. They're guys that they did return were really good players. Obviously, Townsend and Earlington are 2 pretty much first-team all-league guys. I think McKinney was all-freshman team. So the 3 that they did return are really high-level players. And then they brought in Dallaire, who's been injured a little bit, Jawara, and then Williams, who we played at Oregon. So there's a lot of talent there, offensively especially. They have a lot of firepower. They can score it, and they're old. Like, it seems like we said it about everyone we've played, but they have a lot of experience. Eric Williams playing in the Pac-12. Earlington's played in our league before, so he's got a familiarity with us. So it's going to be a tough matchup tonight.
Eric Williams is on the Tommy Kuzi plan. I'm pretty sure this is his 6th year in college. All right, let's get to tonight's keys to the game. They're brought to you by Bay Alarm with a range of home and business security options. Bay Alarm can protect it all with just one call. WCC opener on this Thursday night in Moraga, St. Mary's, San Diego. Mick, I'll hand it over to you.
Yeah, I think number one, just take care of the ball and get good shots. They'll mix up their defenses a little bit. They'll press a little bit, zone a little bit. So we got to be really good at taking care of the ball. And then where they thrive is in transition. So if we can do a good job there, it'll keep them out of transition. They have good offensive talent that can really get up and down and score and put up points. So we'll have to do a great job limiting their transition. And then in the half court, we'll have to try to shut down their shooters. They have a lot of guys that can shoot and make plays, and they'll play a little undersized. So we'll have to do a really good job in the half court and then kind of build off what we did in Wyoming and smash the boards. I think we have a size advantage a little bit, and it's kind of been one of our strengths this year, so we got to keep doing that tonight.
31 offensive rebounds over the last 2 games combined. Mick, appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight. We'll talk to you afterwards.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right, that's Mickey McConnell with your pregame coaches show. Stick around. Coming up next, starting lineups in the opening tip from Moraga. You're listening to Gales basketball from Learfield.
Bay Alarm is proud to sponsor the St. Mary's Gales. How good is your defense? When it comes to protecting your home or business, Bay Alarm has been bringing the best for over 75 years, with security camera and fire alarm systems designed to fit your specific needs, expertly installed and professionally monitored 24/7. Ready to up your security game? Go to bayalarm.com and let our team of security experts get you protected today. Go Gales.
Out here, we charge into the heartland with Mountain Dew. Out here, there's no rush hour, just the rush of flying wide open on glassy water at 5 a.m. with your first dew in hand. And there's no spin class, just bright green spinnerbait that ironically matches your second dew. Out here, we don't just play big buck hunt, we hunt actual big bucks. And out here, the best road is off-road, and the color of your truck is mud. Out here, it's dew.
Since 1990, the team at Common Interest Management has been privileged to serve boards of directors and community homeowners of many of the Bay Area's most prestigious communities. Whether working with a newly established community in the earliest stages of development or a more mature community, our experienced managers consult with the board to share best practices in all areas of community management. Common Interest tailors its services for communities of all sizes. If you are currently evaluating a new management company, please visit us at commoninterest.com.
listening to St. Mary's Basketball on the Gales Radio Network.
It's time for St. Mary's Basketball.
Rises up, floats it up, and in, and one. Gets in the paint, right to the rim. Oh, man, he throws it down.
Gales Basketball is brought to you by Pepsi. Delicious, refreshing Pepsi. By Under Armour. We'll keep building the gear, you'll keep getting better. And by Diablo Valley Insurance. Owned and run by Gales. Go to DiabloValleyInsurance.com today to request a quote.
James at home with the right hand. Oh, my. This place has been electric tonight.
It's time for tip-off. Back courtside, here's Alex Jensen.
Just about ready for basketball on this Thursday night. The West Coast Conference opener. St. Mary's at 10-4. San Diego at 7-7. Let's get to our starting lineups. They're brought to you by University Credit Union, the official credit union of St. Mary's College. Visit ucu.org to join today. First for San Diego and your first-year head coach, Steve Lavin, of course, formerly of UCLA and St. John's. 5 years at St. John's. He went 81-53, 6 at UCLA. 145 and 78 there, 226 and 133 in those 11 seasons. Of course, took some time off, did some TV, brought back to coaching by San Diego. 8 NCAAs, including the Elite Eight in 97, his first year at UCLA. And for the 7-7 Toreros, it'll be Sigos Sissoko Jawara, transfer from Weber State by way of LMU. He'll start in the backcourt alongside All-WCC freshman member Wayne McKinney III, a sophomore at 6 foot 190. Eric Williams Jr., 6'7", 195, a grad transfer from Oregon. He's averaging a double-double, 15.5 points, 10.5 rebounds per game, 43 against Utah State, a program record. Joined by Marcellus Earlington, who was honorable mention WCC last year, 6'7", 230, transfer from St. John's, and Benji Pierre, 6'8", 230, a sophomore out of Irvington, New Jersey, in the middle for the Toreros. Now for the Gales at 10-4. It'll be Aiden Mahaney, Logan Johnson in the backcourt, Alex Dukas with Kyle Bowen at the wings, and Mitchell Saxon in the middle. It's Saxon and Eric Williams to tip, and the tip controlled by the Toreros in the blue. Welcome to our simulcast on this Thursday night, West Coast Conference opener. I'm Alex Jensen. Of course, on the audio side, the Varsity Network, and if you're watching us, it's live on the WCC Network. There's Kyle Bowen with a block on the first possession on Marcellus Earlington. It's out of bounds off San Diego, and it'll go to St. Mary's. Gales have started 0-1 in West Coast Conference play in each of the last 2 years and 3 of the last 4. Mahaney pressure in the backcourt, will take it left to right, and the Gales get set in the half-court offense. Back cut, Mahaney gets right to the cup, finds the pass from Mitchell Saxon at the elbow, and lays it in. And the Gales are up 2-0, 30 seconds into the ballgame. Nice high-low there, and Saxon with a nice find to Mahaney. 2-0 St. Mary's. Back into the front court to my left comes San Diego. Wayne McKinney III handling the dribble on the left wing. Up top it comes to Jawara, guarded by Johnson. Now McKinney driving on Mahaney with the left hand. Tough shot, and Mahaney called for a foul as McKinney was falling over, scooped it up with the left hand and hung on the iron. Didn't go, but he'll go to the line for 2 shots. 19:14 to play in the opening half. Well, the question for San Diego will be, how do the Toreros defend when we get into West Coast Conference play? Mentioned some of the numbers for San Diego in the open. They've been one of the better offensive teams in the conference as McKinney rims in the first free throw, but they just have not been able to get enough stops. Opponents are scoring nearly 77 points per game against San Diego. They are 301st in the country in defensive efficiency, according to KenPom. They will change defensive looks. Here we see a little bit of pressure as McKinney popped out the second free throw. Dukas cleared the board, and Mahaney will take it to the front court for the Gales in their white uniforms. Red lettering and blue trim. Mahaney topside, guarded by Jawara, reverses it to Bowen. He'll swing it to Johnson, fresh off a career-high 28 points. He's guarded by Eric Williams Jr. Little jab step, now splits the defenders with the dribble, slithering his way to the rim, can't score. Tip up by Saxon, doesn't go. Rebound gathered by Johnson, across the paint to Bowen. Up top it comes Mahaney, open, lets a three fly, and it's good. Aiden Mahaney with all 5 so far for the Gales. And you heard from Mickey McConnell on our pregame show, that's an area where the Gales feel they're going to have the advantages on the boards, as Wayne McKinney had his shot blocked by Bowen downstairs, but gathers the loose ball, goes up and banks it in. 5-3, St. Mary's in the West Coast Conference opener. Just a minute and a half in. Johnson Left side, one-hand bounce pass through traffic. Saxon can't handle the catch. It's a turnover. Jawara comes away with it. He'll take it into the front court, right to left. 5-3 St. Mary's, 2 minutes into our ball game. Left side, Pierre wants the three. He knocks it down over Saxon. And that will give San Diego its first lead. Toreros want to go. They want to get shots up in a hurry. They do shoot the three very well, also at 38%, nearly 39%. 6'5", San Diego. Johnson between the circles, front court to my right, guarded by Eric Williams Jr. Handoff Mahaney between the circles, through the legs of the dribble, gives it off to LJ on the left wing. Here's Johnson turning the corner with the right hand drive, gets to the rim, lays it in, soaring through the rim, holding that ball in his right hand. LJ is on the board. The Gales are back on top, 7-6. First bucket by somebody not named Aiden Mahaney. Jawara right side for McKinney. Up top it comes to Earlington. Kyle Bowen's done a nice job on Earlington last season for the Gales. He has to give it up between the circles to Williams. Checked by Dukas, steps back, hands it off. Earlington pass to the back-cutting Williams into traffic, rises up, can't score over Sachs. A wild shot. Gales clear the board. Here comes Mahaney up the left wing. 7-6 St. Mary's, 3 minutes in. Johnson near sideline. Saxon will dribble left along the perimeter, terminates the dribble, floats it near side to Johnson, leaping on the catch with 13 to shoot. LJ double teamed at the wing, reverses it to Bowen, open for three from the straightaway, and he hits it. So KB knocks down a three. He has only missed one shot, and it was a layup attempt by Logan Johnson in traffic. They're 4 of 5 from the field. They have a 10-6 lead. San Diego on the other side, 2 of 5. Now Johnson a steal and a run out for LJ, sizing it up, lays it in. Stepped right in the passing lane, went from Williams to the top looking for Jawara, and Johnson a run out. He's got 4 early points for St. Mary's, who's on top by a half dozen. Here's Earlington, right side, step back, right foul line extended, follow-away jumper doesn't go. Williams crashes the offensive board and gets San Diego a fresh possession. Jawara backing down on Mahaney, 2 feet in the paint. It's a back cutter. That's McKinney down the left baseline. Can't score in traffic. Rebound batted around and collected by LJ. Here come the Gales. Johnson 1-on-2. Kick out Dukas. Left wing. Shot fake on a three. He'll penetrate across the paint. It goes to Saxon. Rises up low left and banks it home. 9 in a row for the Gales. They've got a 14-6 lead, and the passing and the extra penetration for the Gales brilliantly done. They are 6 of 7 from the field. Step back three from Jawara over Saxon. Boy, he drops it in. Tough shot over the 6'11 Saxon for Jawara. He is a 40% three-point shooter. Knocks that one down. 14-9. St. Mary's on top. Here's Dukas. Left corner. Turns and faces on Pierre. The ball knocked away, looking for a foul. Pierre with the steal. Run out for San Diego. Williams in the near corner. Rises for three. That comes up short. Offensive, or rebound rather. Tracked down by LJ. Now Johnson up the near wing. Probing. Backs out. Gives to Dukas straight away. Wide open. Cans a three. Straight away, boy, San Diego, a couple of breakdowns early here. And the Gales are 3 of 3 from deep. Dukas had such a tough start to this game in Wyoming as Jawara lost the dribble. Johnson has a steal, leads Saxon up the floor. Saxon is fouled in transition, and Mitch will get to the line with 14:41 to play. That takes us to a timeout on the floor here in Moraga. Just over 5 minutes in, the Gales have missed just one shot. They're 7 of 8, 3 of 3 from deep, and they have a 17-9 lead over the Toreros in the West Coast Conference opener here in Moraga. We'll step aside, timeout on the floor here in Moraga. St. Mary's leads San Diego 17-9. You're listening to Gales basketball from Learfield.
Panini's Ristorante has been delivering quality food and beverages to the Moraga area for years and is a proud hometown partner of St. Mary's College Athletics. Casual dining with the whole family or an adult night out, they have you covered. Visit them at 1375 Moraga Way for a wonderful experience. Panini's Ristorante.
Diablo Valley Insurance Agency is a full-service independent insurance brokerage located in Walnut Creek. Founded in 1956, our agency has been providing insurance services to clients throughout Northern California and the Western United States for over 50 years. Our team of insurance professionals will take the time to understand your needs, whether personal or related to your business, and provide the best products and services for you. Go to DiabloValleyInsurance.com today to request a quote. Diablo Valley Insurance Agency. Local, independent, trusted.
Show your school spirit and earn rewards. As the official credit union of St. Mary's College, University Credit Union offers a custom-designed rewards credit card for the Gale family. Enjoy no annual fee while earning unlimited points, making the UCU St. Mary's credit card the perfect card to use for everyday use. Plus, when you open a UCU checking account, you'll show even more Gale pride with the St. Mary's College debit card. Visit ucu.org to learn more and apply today. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is Alex Dugas, and you're listening to Gales Basketball.
St. Mary's leads San Diego 17-9, 14:41 to go in the opening half. The Gales are red hot to start this ball game. 7 of 8 from the field, 3 of 3 from 3. On the other side, the Toreros 3 of 9 from the field. They are just 1 of 6 inside the arc. Mitchell Saxon will go to the line for 2 shots after being fouled by Benji Pierre in transition. The first foul on San Diego. As Saxon, first free throw on the way, rims in. This has been an area where the Gales, of course, would love to see some improvement. Mentioned there are 352 registered Division I schools. The Gales are 320th in free throw percentage at 64%. Saxon bottoms both free throws here. Gives the Gales an early double-digit lead. It's 19-9. This is a 14-3 St. Mary's run as Jawara will walk it up the floor. Augustus Marshallonis has checked in for the first time, replacing Logan Johnson. Free throw line jumper on the way from Williams doesn't go, and the rebound tracked down by Kyle Bowen. He will give it up to Mahaney, and Aiden will jog it across the timeline. Left to right. Do not see LJ is riding the bike, rather, behind the St. Mary's bench. Here's Mahaney probing with the left hand on McKinney. Rises up from the left box. Can't get it to go off the window. Rebound is wrestled and tied up as Saxon by Wayne McKinney III. And Gales own the possession arrow. They will keep it. A baseline OB for St. Mary's. All 5 Gale starters have scored, led by 5 from Mahaney. At the Gales' first 5 as Marshallonis will trigger. Right side of the basket standard on the baseline. Inverted box set for St. Mary's. Marshallonis slaps the basketball, gets it into Saxon in the short corner. Handoff back to Augustus, turns the corner off a screen, gets inside, hangs, can't hit off the window. Offensive board, tapped out by Saxon, gathered by Bowen. Here's KB in the corner, feeds the post. Saxon back to the basket on Pierre. Backing down, holding a right-hand dribble. Kick out to the corner for Dukas, up top to Mahaney with 10 to shoot. Aiden probing, leaves his feet, skips it for Bowen in the near corner. Bowen probing on the baseline. Whistle and a foul is called. That's going to go, I believe, on San Diego, as it was Marcellus Erlington committing the personal. That is his second team foul on the Toreros. Randy McCall on the whistle there. Klaus Endressat and Toby Doolittle, the rest of our officiating crew, a veteran crew. As the 6'11 transfer from Lehigh, Nick Lynch checks in for the first time for the Toreros, wearing number 44. Marshallonis, same spot, will trigger. Get it into Saxon, handoff back to Marshallonis in the right corner. Now Saxon with a post touch. Outside the lane, right side, backing down on Lynch, into the paint with left-hand dribble, spins back to the right hand, goes up, has it blocked by Lynch, recovers with 9 to shoot, now gets the left hand, pivots back to the right, back to the left, hook doesn't go off the front rim, and Williams skies in for the board. And here come the Toreros in the blue. Jawara up the near side, right to left. Guarded by Mahaney, crosses over on the freshman, swings it right side. Williams wants the 3 off the catch, too strong, and Marshallonis in for the rebound. He wants to push 1-on-3. Marshallonis to the rim with the left hand, can't score, but a foul is called on Jawara as that curled off the rim. High degree of difficulty for Augustus. Soaring to the rim with the left hand. The finger roll just curled off the iron, but Augustus will go to the line for 2 shots. Foul on Jawara. That is his first personal and the third on San Diego. The Gales 7 of 11 from the field as Goose slides in the first free throw. It's 20-9 St. Mary's. Marciulionis went 4 of 5 from the free throw line against Wyoming 8 days ago. Well, 4 of his points in that contest came from the stripe. Rattles home the second. The Gales are 4 of 4 from the free throw line. They have a 21-9 lead on San Diego as Jawara will advance to the front court, crossing the St. Mary's logo here in Moraga. Bounce pass, top of the key right. Earlington pivots on Bowen, turns and faces. Now turns around to the left hand, trying to probe into the paint. Now turns back, faces up, fall away jumper, no good from 8 feet. Saxon with the rebound and sends Mahaney on his way left to right. Gales 21, San Diego 9. Saxon outside the left corner for Dukas. Catch and shoot 3, rims out. Rebound is gathered by Earlington. And he will take it ahead himself. It's a tough matchup, Earlington. It's 6'7", 230. Left corner, Jawara, guarded by Marciulionis. 12.5 minutes to play. Jawara puts Marciulionis on his hip. Backing down, left block, sends it out to McKinney. McKinney jab step right, drives left, bumps into Mahaney, rises up, score it, and one for Wayne McKinney III. Looked like he may have created contact that time on Mahaney, but he gets the runner to go. His second bucket, he'll go to the line, chance for a three-point play. Now we'll get LJ back into the game as that's the second foul on Mahaney. Earlington comes off. And getting some early action here, as well as Deuce Turner, 6'2", 185, a sophomore to Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Jawara out of the ball game. Here's McKinney, 80% free throw shooter, the highest ever rated recruit brought to the program by the former head coach and his staff, Sam Scholl. Completes the three-point play, and it's now a 21-12 St. Mary's lead with 12:20 to go. Marciulionis, Johnson, Dukas, Bowen, and Saxon. Augustus between the circles, left-hand drive, cradles the ball in his left hand, high off the window, scoops it up and in. Augustus with 2 takes with the left hand. 23-12, and Marciulionis, he's got 4 points. Right-hand drive by McKinney. Can't get the shot to go off glass. Gales with the rebound. Dukas skips it near corner. Marciulionis wants the 3. Way too strong. Bowen fights off Turner for the rebound, and he will call a timeout as he's tied up by Turner and Eric Williams. And with 11:44 to play, that will take us to the media as well. 11:44 to go in our first half. We'll step aside. St. Mary's 23, San Diego 12. You're listening to Gales basketball from Learfield.
Fourth Floor Tap Room and Grill in Orinda's Theater Square is now your official away game watch party location for St. Mary's Athletics. Enjoy apps, salads, burgers, or one of their signature handcrafted wood-fired pizzas on the patio with the giant fire pit. Plus, they offer discounts for all St. Mary's students, coaches, faculty, and alumni. Catch every game on one of their 10 big screen TVs or enjoy live music Thursday through Saturday evenings from 6:30 to 10:30. You can even have them cater your next event. For more information, visit thefourthboard.com or call 925-254-1183. Go Gales!
Walnut Creek offers Gales fans quick and easy access to the excitement of a vibrant city and the charm of hometown California, all in one central location. Only 7 miles from campus, Walnut Creek Hotels are the official lodging partners for St. Mary's. In a sunny, upscale, and comfortable environment at the base of Mount Diablo, Walnut Creek brings together an eclectic collection of culture, award-winning shopping, hotels, sports facilities, and cuisine to make you smile at every turn. Go to visitwalnutcreek.org to explore your next adventure.
My name's Tony Tornado. I write and star in my own shows and movies. My crew knows that I dream of Hollywood. They also know that I love Mountain Dew. But there's so much more they don't know. Sometimes at night, I look up at the stars and think, I know why Mountain Dew's so crucial to my existence, but does anybody else? See, Dew's the green gold circulating through my veins. It makes Tony Tornado believe that he can do anything. So now you know my secret. But there's so much more you don't know. Do the Dew.
This is Mitchell Saxon. More Gales basketball is on the way.
11:44 to play in the opening half here in Moraga. St. Mary's leads San Diego 23-12. The Gales will have the ball out of the timeout after Kyle Bowen was tied up in the corner, took a timeout. By the way, the other Torero that checked in, Neil Benewall, 6'5" freshman out of Garnett Valley, Pennsylvania. Again, Toreros are shorthanded without the services of Jaden Dallaire and Jace Townsend. 2 starters. Townsend expected back soon. Dallaire, he's out indefinitely. 17 on the shot clock. Marciulionis with the ball at the logo, guarded by McKinney. Rejects a Saxon screen. Terminates the dribble. Now his man falls over. He'll take the three. It's off the front iron, no good. Rebound stripped away from Benewall by Saxon. Knocks it over to Bowen. And the Gales restart the half-court offense as Johnson is fouled on the drive by Nick Lynch. He was looking across the key to Saxon. Foul on San Diego will be the fourth on the Toreros, the first on Lynch. Gales have cooled off a little bit. They started 7 of 8. They are now 8 of 15, so one of their last 7. Marciulionis from the baseline gets into Saxon, hands off back to Goose, into the paint he goes, ball fake, turns around to the right hand and floats it in. Marciulionis with a half dozen early. 25-12, the St. Mary's lead. A nifty move by Goose. You can see when the game slows down for him, he can be a very good player. Here's Deuce Turner on the left wing. Up top it comes to Benewall. And the Toreros want to go fast. The Gales have really excelled in slowing teams down. Big man Nick Lynch on the right wing. Hand off to Williams. He's bumped by Saxon on the perimeter with 6 on the shot clock. That'll be the third team foul on the Gales, the first on Saxon. A couple new Toreros back into the ball game. Jawara and Erlington. Wayne McKinney gets his first rest, as does Eric Williams Jr. Benewall will trigger from the far side. 25-12 St. Mary's. 9 minutes into the first half. Jawara angles left with the dribble, reverses it to Turner, guarded by Marciulionis. Swing it right side, Erlington, guarded by Bowen. Up top in this man defense for Jawara. Jawara, right wing, wants to go on Johnson, probing with the left hand, puts him on his hip, pivots, now trying to throw across the paint to Lynch. Overshot him, it's out of bounds, and a turnover on the Toreros will give it back to St. Mary's. Here comes Harry Wessels for his first action. Freshman big man out of Australia, replaces Saxon. 4 points, 2 rebounds, and assists for Mitch. And Marciulionis, one-on-one pressure from Jawara, will bring it up the near wing. 25-12, the St. Mary's lead. Here's Dukas on a back cut, gets the feed from Bowen. Little diagonal pass from the wing, and Dukas gets the lay-in to go. 27-12, St. Mary's. Dukas has 5 points. Erlington on the right wing, feeds the post to Lynch. Back to the basket on Wessels. Transfer from Lehigh, turns to the right hand. Push shot doesn't go. Rebound on the weak side to the Gales. And here they come into the front court. 27-12. And extend this. Has been a 22-6 St. Mary's run. Johnson on the right wing, probing. Outside it comes to Bowen. He'll feed the post, low left, Wessels. Outside, Johnson off the catch, takes a 3 left side, got it. LJ with a 3. And the Gales are 11 of 18 to start this game. They are 4 of 7 from deep. Every Gale but Wessels, who just checked in, has scored. 30-12, the St. Mary's lead midway through the first half. Erlington with a touch, back to the basket, left baseline, backing down on Bowen, holding a right-hand dribble, jump stop into the paint, turns over the left shoulder, right-hand hook doesn't go. Bowen collects the board. San Diego now 4 of 16 to start the contest. Marciulionis high post left side to Wessels. Pivots. Outside to Dukas on the wing. Over the head pass, Johnson, right corner. Another 3 is on the way. It's an air ball. Rebound tapped by Wessels, gathered by Benewall. Toreros want to run. Benewall tried to go to the right wing. Tipped by Marciulionis, stolen by Dukas, and he's fouled in the open floor. So 4th Torero turnover, then Benewall commits the personal. He'll come out now. 30-12, the St. Mary's lead with 9 minutes to play in the opening half. McKinney, Pierre, and Williams return. Turner, Lynch, and Benewall come off. And Benewall, he's going to get a teaching moment here from Steve Lavin near the bench. Again, this is not the lineup that Steve Lavin envisioned in the West Coast Conference opener for the Toreros. Without 2 starters and 2 big pieces in Townsend and Dallaire, the transfer from Stanford. Marciulionis between the circles. Front court to my right, calling out a play from the logo. Around a Wessels screen. Nice hesitation move. Gets to the rim on Pierre and lays it home. Marciulionis with 8 first half points. And the Gales are up big with 8.5 minutes to play in the first half. It's 32-12. Right side, Pierre wants a 3 off the catch. That's off the front rim, no good. Foul on the rebound, though, is going to go against Kyle Bowen, pushing off on Erlington. And that's foul number 2 on KB. 4th foul on St. Mary's with 8:23 to play. Luke Barrett will check in for Dukas. or the offensive production has been spread out, the wealth for St. Mary's. 4 Gales have 5 or more points. Jawara will trigger. Right side of the basket standard in the front court for San Diego, trying to get it to the cutting Eric Williams down the left lane line. Kicked by LJ, so the Toreros will get a reset with 20 on the shot clock. Jawara looking into Williams in the right corner, guarded by Luke Barrett, who's just checked in. Driving with the left hand and tied up by KB. They're going to call a foul here. Klaus Endressat says that's a foul on Luke Barrett. That's the first on Barrett and the 15th foul on the Gales. St. Mary's has scored the game's last 11 points. They lead by 20. 8:20 to play in the first half. Jawara into Williams. Same spot in the right corner. Williams the jab step, now drives on the left baseline. Tough shot rising up. Good defense by Barrett. Tough angle from the right side of the basket standard. Can't get the angle. It's off the rim. And the rebound falls to St. Mary's. 32-12. Gales, again, they've scored the game's last 11 points. Marshallonis has to call a timeout after losing handle of the basketball, hounded by Wayne McKinney III. And the Gales take a timeout. That will take us to a timeout as well. 8 minutes to play in the opening half, and it's been all St. Mary's thus far. It is an 18-3 St. Mary's run. It leads San Diego by 20. 8 minutes to play until halftime. St. Mary's 32, San Diego 12. We'll step aside. You're listening to Gales basketball from Learfield.
Diablo Valley Insurance Agency is a full-service independent insurance brokerage located in Walnut Creek. Founded in 1956, our agency has been providing insurance services to clients throughout Northern California and the Western United States for over 50 years. Our team of insurance professionals will take the time to understand your needs, whether personal or related to your business, and provide the best products and services for you. Go to DiabloValleyInsurance.com today to request a quote. Diablo Valley Insurance Agency. Local, independent, trusted.
Panini's Ristorante has been delivering quality food and beverages to the Moraga area for years and is a proud hometown partner of St. Mary's College Athletics. Casual dining with the whole family or an adult night out, they have you covered. Visit them at 1375 Moraga Way for a wonderful experience. Panini's Ristorante.
Since 1990, the team at Common Interest Management has been privileged to serve boards of directors and community homeowners of many of the Bay Area's most prestigious communities. Whether working with a newly established community in the earliest stages of development or a more mature community, our experienced managers consult with the board to share best practices in all areas of community management. Common Interest tailors its services for communities of all sizes. If you are currently evaluating a new management company, please visit us at commoninterest.com.
This is St. Mary's basketball on the Gales Radio Network.
Eight minutes to play until halftime here in Moraga. St. Mary's leads San Diego 32-12. Gales with the basketball. It'll be a sideline out of bounds for Luke Barrett, joined by Marshallonis, Johnson, Bowen, and Wessels. Marshallonis, he's got 8 points here in the first half. Augustus between the circles, right off a Wessels screen. Hesitating now with 2 men on him. Kicks it out to Barrett. Feed Wessels on the post. Back to the basket, 4 to shoot. Wessels spins baseline. He's got to go up with it here with the right hand from the left box. Swishes it home. Nice job by Wessels there to stay patient. Even with the shot clock winding down, didn't rush it. That's his first bucket. 34-12, the Gale lead. San Diego, meanwhile, has not scored in nearly 5 minutes. That'll change right now, though, as Pierre back cuts from the left wing, gets the feed from Williams, and lays it home. Pierre's second bucket, 34-12. Gales on top. Marshallonis on the left wing, crosses over the right hand, gives it up top to Bowen. Bowen dribbles left, hands off to Barrett. 7:11 to play, 15 to shoot for St. Mary's. Johnson on the right wing, guarded by Williams. Right off a Wessels screen, hooks a pass up top to Marshallonis. Didn't want the three, shuffles his feet, and travels. That'll give it back to San Diego. Just the 3rd turnover on St. Mary's, and that is a key number. Gales in their losses average 15.5 turnovers per game, and their wins less than 10. Now Bowen's going to head over to see Josh. So it looks like he's bleeding a little bit on his wrist. Give us a chance to remind you to get the latest news on the Gales by checking out smcgales.com. Up-to-date scores, video highlights, and stories about St. Mary's, all in one place. If you're looking for more, find the Gales on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for even more insights. I'm Alex Jensen. Glad to have you along for our simulcast tonight. Of course, to those listening on the Varsity Network and watching us on the WCC Network, Gales have controlled the opening 13 minutes, leading by 20. Whistle and a foul is going to be called on Marshallonis on the driving McKinney. 16th foul on the Gales, and the first on Marshallonis, who has a game-high 8 points on 3 of 6 shooting. So sideline out of bounds for the Toreros in the navy blue. Light blue lettering, San Diego across the chest. Williams into McKinney, guarded by Marshallonis on the left wing, holding a right-hand dribble. 19 to shoot, gives it up top, Jawara. Jawara angling right, chased by Johnson, reverses to Erlington. Top of the key left, jab step on Bowen, now wants to drive after a shot fake. Tough floater up and in with the right hand. Back-to-back buckets for the first time since the 18-minute mark for the Toreros, and that is Erlington's first points. He averages nearly 15 a game, 34-16, the St. Mary's lead. Marshallonis left off a Wessels screen and a foul on Wessels, the freshman setting the pick on the perimeter. So just like that, back-to-back turnovers for St. Mary's. Their lead is 18, back with it San Diego. Jawara joined by McKinney, Williams, Erlington, and Pierre. Starting 5 on the floor for the Toreros. Outside right, McKinney swings it topside. Erlington hands off to Jawara. Jawara downstairs to Erlington, got lost behind Bowen. Low left, goes up and kisses it home off the glass. 6 in a row for San Diego. 34-18, the Gale lead. Dukas and Saxon waiting at the scorer's table. Here's Marshallonis between the circles. Right off a Wessel screen, double teamed at the right box. Sends it out for Barrett. Barrett looks left, comes back right, now back to the left. Gives it up to Johnson with 10 to shoot at the logo. LJ left off a screen, bounce pass to Wessels, cutting down the lane, fouled by Erlington. And Wessels was sizing the rim up to throw it down. Erlington came from the weak side and made sure there were no easy buckets tonight for the big man out of Australia. And Wessels will shoot 2 with 5:47 to play. Love to see you when the Gales return to action here in University Credit Union Pavilion on Tuesday. 7 o'clock tip against Division II Academy of Art University. Tickets are available. They can be purchased by logging on to smcgales.com, or you can stop by the Gales ticket office, visit our guy Hank Stern during regular business hours. Wessels rims out the first free throw. Dukas will return, replacing Luke Barrett. Harry on the young season now, 9 of 18 from the line. 34-18, the St. Mary's lead. Wessels' second free throw on the way, rims out, and Williams collects the rebound for San Diego. So Wessels misses both. Gale lead is 16. Jawara with a left-hand drive down the lane, left his feet, throws it away. Marshallonis, good hand, stepping in the passing lane, comes away with the steal. He pushes cross-court for Dukas, 3 on the way, in transition, comes up short, and McKinney with the rebound for San Diego. Now he wants to push the other way, right to left. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Pierre on the right wing, drive past the closeout from Wessels. Tough shot, spinning to his right hand, gets it to go off the window. So Pierre cuts the Gale lead to 14 now, and all of a sudden it's the Gales who haven't scored in 2.5 minutes. Johnson off a handoff, probes the foul line, bounce outside between the circles. Marshallonis probing with a man on his hip, pivots, drops it off to Wessels. Back to the basket on Pierre, backing down, low left, gets the right-hand hook, can't score. Another foul is called, and Wessels will go back to the line. So Pierre picks up foul number 2. That's the starting big man for San Diego. 2 fouls each on he and Erlington, and Wessels will get another try at the line. Gales, now they haven't scored in nearly 3 minutes. St. Mary's 4 of 6 from the stripe as Wessels, who went 0 for 2 just about a minute ago, will give it another go. San Diego, they have scored 8 in a row after a 29-6 St. Mary's run. As Wessels hits the first free throw. Gales have led by as many as 22. Outscoring San Diego in the paint 18-12. Wessels drops the second free throw in. He's got 4 points. That'll bring Mitchell Saxon back into the ball game. And now a teaching moment for the freshman Wessels from head coach Randy Bennett. 36-20, the St. Mary's lead, 4:50 to play. Outside right, McKinney, one-hand bounce pass through traffic to Williams. Fumble the catch, has it now back to the basket, low right. Tough shot over Bowen. Hanks can't hit off the window. Bowen wards off Williams for the rebound. Good defensive stand there by KB. I mean, that is what he does best. Marshallonis, top side for Bowen. 4.5 minutes to play. The Gales are shooting 59% from the field. Marshallonis the foul line, outside to Bowen. Left wing, guarded by Earlington. 9 to shoot, trying to feed Saxon. Push down the right baseline. Across the paint it goes. Tough catch for LJ. Can't score low right. Tough angle there. Didn't draw iron. Earlington to the board for San Diego. Here's Jawara in the open floor. Gales build a wall. Transition defense. Jawara steps back to the left wing. Lets a three fly off the back rim. No good. Saxon skies in for the rebound for St. Mary's. And he'll hand it off to Marshallonis, and he flattens Williams on a screen in the backcourt. Inside of 4 minutes to play here in the first half. 36-20, the Gale lead. LJ lobbing it downstairs, overshot Saxon. A turnover as McKinney comes away with the steal. In the open floor is Earlington. Runs into KB, a whistle and a foul call. It's going to go against Marcellus Earlington as Bowen, boy, that is 230 pounds of a freight train running into him with the shower lowered right into his chest. Earlington picks up his third foul, and that's a big foul in this first half as the Gales create the turnover, and they will have it coming out of this timeout. 3:41 to play in the opening half. St. Mary's leads San Diego 36-20. We'll step aside. You're listening to Gales basketball from Learfield.
Hey Gales fans, if you love attending live sporting events and concerts, then be sure to check out Tickets for Less. At ticketsforless.com, you'll find the best selection of tickets to all your favorite events, and you never pay steep per-ticket service fees like you do on other sites. Whether you're looking to see your Gales or are planning a trip to see a big event in the city, ticketsforless.com should always be your first stop for tickets. Ticketsforless.com, proud partner of St. Mary's Athletics and live event goers everywhere.
Bay Alarm is proud to sponsor the St. Mary's Gales. How good is your defense? When it comes to protecting your home or business, Bay Alarm has been bringing the best for over 75 years, with security camera and fire alarm systems designed to fit your specific needs, expertly installed and professionally monitored 24/7. Ready to up your security game? Go to bayalarm.com and let our team of security experts get you protected today. Go Gales.
Walnut Creek offers Gales fans quick and easy access to the excitement of a vibrant city and the charm of hometown California, all in one central location. Only 7 miles from campus, Walnut Creek Hotels are the official lodging partners for St. Mary's. In a sunny, upscale, and comfortable environment at the base of Mount Diablo, Walnut Creek brings together an eclectic collection of culture, award-winning shopping, hotels, sports facilities, and cuisine to make you smile at every turn. Go to visitwalnutcreek.org to explore your next adventure.
This is Augustus Marshallonis, and you're listening to Gales basketball.
Well, Augustus Marshallonis leads all scorers with 8 points early. It's a 36-20 St. Mary's lead with 3:41 to play in the opening half. Marshallonis, Johnson, Dukas, Bowen, and Saxon on the floor for St. Mary's. Aiden Mahaney has been saddled to the bench after 2 early fouls. San Diego counters. McKinney with Jawara. Williams, Nick Lynch has checked back in, and Benji Pierre. Gales with the basketball with 3:41 to play in the opening half. Johnson, top of the arc, hands off to Marshallonis. Weave action for St. Mary's. Marshallonis reverses it left wing to Dukas. He'll feed the post. Saxon travels. Lynch pulled the chair out from under him, and Saxon just shuffled that pivot foot. Now the Gales, they've gotten a little turnover happy now. That is 3 turnovers for St. Mary's in the last 3 minutes, up to 6 now in the first half. San Diego is shooting just 33%. They've got it in the front court. Pierre topside. Now Jawara at the logo. 3:10 to play. Jawara guarded by Johnson. Gives it up to Pierre. Handoff back to Jawara. 13 to shoot. Jawara left off a screen. Knocked away by Bowen. Jawara chases it down the timeline. Now with the head of steam. Gets downhill with the left hand. Leaner doesn't go. Little runner off the window. Saxon clears the board for the Gales. Inside of 3 minutes to play in the opening half. Gales lead by 16. Saxon left elbow, hits a back cutter. That's Dukas, reverse laying up and good. Easy money for the Gales that time down the floor as Dukas cut on the left baseline. Saxon found him beautifully. Another Little high-low run there by St. Mary's. Dukas gets the bucket, puts the Gales up by 18. McKinney drives right, spins back left, just inside the foul line, slides home a jumper. Got 10 feet away from McKinney. He's been a bright spot for the Toreros, an otherwise rather forgettable first half. He's got 8 points, 38-22 St. Mary's. Marciulionis, one-hand bounce pass, beautifully done to Saxon, who's fouled on his way to the basket by Lynch. And Mitch will go to the line for 2 shots. 2:15 to play in the opening half, and Saxon, who's got 4 points and 4 boards early, back to the free throw line where the Gales are 6 of 8. And a nice note from David Saxon. Thank you, David. Of course, Mitch's dad, as Mitch tees up the first free throw, gets to go. Mitch and Nick Lynch, who he's facing up with right now, played against each other in high school. Lynch went to Seattle Prep in the Emerald City. Saxon, friendly roll. Drops in the second free throw, puts the Gales back up by 18. Here comes Chris Howell, so 2 old foes going back and forth again here tonight. Saxon, of course, at Ingraham High School in Washington. Marciulionis comes off. Marciulionis been a good first half for him. 8 points, 3 of 6 shooting. 40-22, the St. Mary's lead. Whistle, and a foul is called against St. Mary's. It's going to go on Chris Howell. He was trying to chase McKinney around a screen on the baseline. And San Diego now in the bonus with 2:08 to play in the opening half, and it'll be McKinney to the line for a 1-and-1. Wayne McKinney, I mentioned he was the highest ever rated recruit brought to campus by San Diego. As he hits the first free throw. When the Toreros made a coaching change this offseason, he entered his name into the transfer portal and was brought back to campus by Steve Lavin and company. Second free throw on the way and good. He's got 10 points here in the first half, and the Gale lead back down to 16. Marciulionis returns for Logan Johnson, and Augustus calling out a play, breaks the timeline. 2 minutes to play in the opening half. Gale lead is 16 with a head of steam. Marciulionis with the left hand tries to get to the cup. Shot swatted out of bounds by McKinney. And the Gales will have it on the baseline with 17 to shoot. Interesting 5 on the floor here. Marciulionis, Howell, Dukas, Bowen, and Saxon. And it comes to Saxon in the left corner. Marciulionis sheds a defender. Into the paint he goes. Back out to the perimeter. 11 to shoot. Augustus back with it between the circles. 9 to shoot. Working the pick and roll with Saxon across the paint it goes. Saxon fumbles the catch. And a foul is called on San Diego. That's going to go on Nick Lynch. And that is number 3 on him. So the foul trouble mounting up now for Steve Lavin. Earlington is on the bench with 3 fouls, and Lynch just picked up his third in just 7 minutes. And with 1:42 to play, Saxon will go back to the line. This is a 1-and-1. Or rather, this will be 2. That is the 10th team foul on San Diego. And now what do we got here? I think the officials... Maybe Saxon missed the free throw. Dukas got the putback, and it is indeed 2 shots. It's not a lane violation on Alex Dukas. So Saxon will get his second free throw. 1 remaining. He misses the first. Mitch is 4 of 5 from the line tonight. His last 10 games, he's shooting just 45%. Second free throw on the way, too strong. Dukas taps the rebound out. Saxon swallows it up. Fresh 20 for the Gales with 1:40 to play in the opening half. Dukas dribbling on Pierre. Brings it topside with 12 to shoot. Gives it up to Marciulionis. Augustus right off a Saxon screen. 7 to shoot. Shake and bake with the left hand across the lane. Gives it outside to Howell. He'll take a drive with the right hand. Tough shot. Running hook doesn't go off the front rim. Offensive board collected by Bowen. Another fresh 20 for St. Mary's. They are out-rebounding San Diego 23-9. Saxon low left across the lane with the right hand. Gets to the right hand and banks it home. So Saxon, who missed 2 free throws. Nice move on his former high school adversary, Nick Lynch. As he gets the bucket soaring across the lane. He's got 8. The Gales are back on top by 18. McKinney on the left wing. Up top it comes to Pierre. Pierre floating with the dribble. Bounce pass out to the logo for Jawara with 9 to shoot. Steps back, shot fake on a 3. Gives up to Williams. Hits the cutting Jawara to the elbow. Mid-range off the bounce. He gets the friendly roll here in Moraga. So Jawara, that's his second bucket. First was a 3, and the Gales now with about a 3-second differential between the two. Clocks can take their time on this possession. Now, they've already used 2 timeouts, so Randy Bennett wise to let this play out with St. Mary's leading by 16. Marciulionis with 4 flat along the baseline. With 8 on the shot clock, calls for a screen with 6 on the shot clock. Saxon up to set it. Marciulionis to the elbow. Marciulionis shot fake. He'll hoist at the end of the shot clock. That's an air ball. Not a very good possession there for St. Mary's. And with 2.6 remaining on the game clock, it'll be San Diego basketball. Logan Johnson will check in, replacing Chris Howell. And now Steve Lavin wants to talk things over. As the Toreros, they'll have to go 94 feet here with 2.6 on the game clock. Gales have dominated this game in the paint. Begin out rebounding San Diego 23-9. The points in the paint, St. Mary's with 22, San Diego with 14. The Gale bench outscoring the Torero bench 12-0. Of course, you take into account what San Diego and Steve Lavin has at his disposal right now. I guess that wouldn't be much of a surprise with 2 of his starters out. He was bringing at full strength Erlington off the bench, as well as Wayne McKinney. Mickey McConnell talked about it during our pregame show as well. Not only does Steve Lavin have a lot of talent on this club, it's an old team as well. I mean, this, you know, if Steve Lavin said in the San Diego Union Tribune a couple of days ago that, you know, their goal is to be competitive in the league, but, you know, best case scenario, I think, for San Diego, you look at the end of the year, this is going to be a team, if they get to where they want to go, nobody's going to want to see this team in Vegas with their offensive firepower if they play well. So 94 feet to go for the Toreros. Williams will trigger in the backcourt with 2.6. Get it into Jawara. Back to Williams. Runner from the stripe. This will count if it goes. It's no good off the window. As Bowen, a nice contest there at the logo. Williams had to go up and under. Couldn't hit the shot. And we go to halftime here in Moraga. Boy, that was if you're a Gale fan, that was a fun first half to watch. The Gales 15 of 28 from the field. They started 7 of 8, 54%, but their defense controlled the first half. San Diego at 37%. Again, a high-powered offense in the Toreros. They shoot just 37%. They get 10 points from Wayne McKinney. Eric Williams Jr., who is this team's leading scorer, averaging a double-double, went 0 for 6 from the field. No points, 4 rebounds. On the other side for the Gales, Marciulionis and Saxon, each with 8 to lead the way for St. Mary's, who have 5 players with 5 or more points. At the break, it is a 42-26 St. Mary's lead. We'll step aside, back with more right after this at halftime at University Credit Union Pavilion. Gales lead the Toreros by 16. You're listening to St. Mary's basketball from Learfield.
Show your school spirit and earn rewards. As the official credit union of St. Mary's College, University Credit Union offers a custom-designed rewards credit card for the Gale family. Enjoy no annual fee while earning unlimited points, making the UCU St. Mary's credit card the perfect card to use for everyday use. Plus, when you open a UCU checking account, you'll show even more Gale pride with the St. Mary's College debit card. Visit ucu.org to learn more and apply today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Fourth Board Tap Room and Grill in Orinda's Theater Square is now your official away game watch party location for St. Mary's Athletics. Enjoy apps, salads, burgers, or one of their signature handcrafted wood-fired pizzas on the patio with the giant fire pit. Plus, they offer discounts for all St. Mary's students, coaches, faculty, and alumni. Catch every game on one of their 10 big screen TVs or enjoy live music Thursday through Saturday evenings from 6:30 to 10:30. You can even have them cater your next event. For more information, visit thefourthboard.com or call 925-254-1183. Go Gales!
Bay Alarm is proud to sponsor the St. Mary's Gales. How good is your defense? When it comes to protecting your home or business, Bay Alarm has been bringing the best for over 75 years, with security camera and fire alarm systems designed to fit your specific needs, expertly installed and professionally monitored 24/7. Ready to up your security game? Go to bayalarm.com and let our team of security experts get you protected today. Go Gales.
Welcome to the Visit Walnut Creek Halftime Show on the Gales Radio Network. Walnut Creek looks to brighten your world. connecting you to the best California experiences under the sun. Go to visitwalnutcreek.org to learn more. A first half recap, stats, and more are all ahead. Back courtside, here's Alex Jensen.
Halftime in Moraga, and this is our Visit Walnut Creek halftime show. St. Mary's with a 42-26 lead over San Diego. Again, I'm Alex Jensen. Glad to have you with us on this Thursday night, the West Coast Conference opener. And the Gales, pretty good first half. 54% from the field, 15 of 28. They had all but 2 of the 9 players that saw the floor for St. Mary's scored. They were led by 8 points from Mitchell Saxon and Augustus Marciulionis. 8 assists on 15 field goals for the Gales. This one has been decided down low, and as we thought it might, where the Gales may have the advantage. They are out-rebounding San Diego 23-9. The Gales have 8 offensive rebounds. They've turned that into 7 second-chance points. They're outscoring the Toreros in the paint 22-14. And on the bench, the St. Mary's bench is outscoring San Diego's 12-0. Gales are 4 of 10 on threes and 8 of 12 from the free throw line. St. Mary's started 7 of its first 8 and used a 29-6 run in the first half to build, at that point, their biggest lead at 22 at 34-12. San Diego would battle back with 8 consecutive points to make it a 14-point lead for St. Mary's, but the Gales and Toreros then split the last 5 minutes of the first half 6-6, and that's where we stand right now, a 16-point St. Mary's lead at 42-26. Gales have led by as many as 22 again, and again, that 29-6 run, they had a 13-0 run at the back end of that to turn a 21-12 lead into a 34-12 lead. 8 for Marciulionis, 8 for Saxon. LJ and Dukas each have 7, and 5 apiece. 5 for Aiden Mahaney, who was saddled to the bench with foul trouble. Just 7 minutes, picked up 2 early fouls on Wayne McKinney. Wayne McKinney leads the way for San Diego, 10 points, but you look at Erlington and Eric Williams Jr., the 2 leading scorers for San Diego. They have a combined 4 points on 2 of 12 shooting. Williams in particular, who's averaging a double-double at 15.5 points and 10.5 rebounds per game. No points, 4 rebounds for Williams, the transfer from Oregon. Well, during halftime, again, if you are a fan of podcasts, check out Gales Rewind, which will be posted after every St. Mary's game. It'll have highlights plus thoughts from Mickey McConnell and Logan Johnson. And there's a little sprinkling of Joe Lunardi in this last Gales Rewind for the St. Mary's win over Wyoming. So enjoy Gales Rewind. Back with more on the other side of that. This is Gales basketball from Learfield. The Gales finished non-conference play on a high note, using 2 separate big runs to defeat Wyoming and Phoenix on Wednesday night. I'm Alex Jensen, and this is Gales Rewind for St. Mary's 66-54 victory over the Wyoming Cowboys at the Footprint Center in the Valley of the Sun. And it was the Gales defense setting the tone early, allowing just 2 points over a 5.5-minute span during an 18-2 run to take a 13-point lead 8 minutes into the ballgame. Drive, kicks out to the corner for Bowen. He lets a contested 3 fly. Knocks it down, and a whistle. They may look at this.
That's what Dukas did that time.
Post touch for Saxon. Low right, spins baseline up with the right-hand hook, able to bank it in. Bring it back up top for Johnson. Guarded by the 6'7 Maldonado. Drives the right hand, leaves his feet, floats it up and in off the window. Feed in the paint, kick out to Marciulionis. Run off the line, kick out to Johnson left side. He'll take the 3, and it's up and good.
Another good sign for the Gales and Logan Johnson.
Here's Johnson with a deflection, a steal, a run out, gets the cup with left hand in transition, and lays it home. And the Gales have an early 11-point lead. Johnson has 9 of the St. Mary's 18 points.
Yeah, those guys were really disciplined on what we were trying to do. I thought Kyle Bowen did what he does best, and he really shut down Maldonado. You know, he made it really hard for him to catch. He made it hard for him to get anywhere near the rim and was physical with him, and he can do that, and that kind of set the tone. They play off his hands a lot, and they kind of had to go away from what they were trying to do, and he got him in foul trouble a little bit. So Logan was awesome tonight. You feel it, like you said, he's the heartbeat. You feel him on the defensive end. He's so disruptive. He got 5 steals. obviously the 28 points jump off the stat sheet, but he made baskets when we needed him. He got us going early, got off to a good start, and then he hit a couple big shots when we really needed to get going offensively. But you just feel him. When he's at his best, you feel him, and everyone kind of feeds off him, and I just thought he was outstanding tonight.
After building a 14-point lead in the first half, the Gales went cold, allowing Wyoming to crawl back into the game and cut the St. Mary's lead to just 3 with 10 minutes to go. But Johnson and freshman Aiden Mahaney, who bounced back from a rough start, keyed a 21-6 Gale run to increase their advantage to 18 en route to victory. Jab step now puts it on the deck. Kick up top to Johnson. He'll take the 3 straight away. Splash! Big shot for LJ. Puts the Gales back up by a half dozen. Here's Mahaney, man on his hip, probing into the lane. Rises up with the right hand, banks it in. First bucket for Aiden Mahaney. It comes with 9:15 to play. Lets a 3 fly off the front rim, no good. Saxon, another offensive board. Kick out Mahaney, open from the left wing for 3. Big shot for Aiden Mahaney. He's got 7 in a row for the Gales, and they're back up by 11.
So the Gales, who couldn't play much worse offensively for 12 minutes, have now improved upon their halftime lead.
And Saxon, Mahaney with the left-hand drive. Boy, high difficulty. Scoops it high off the window with the offhand. The left hand for Mahaney. He was scoreless just a couple of minutes ago. He now has 9 in a row for the Gales, who all of a sudden lead by 13 again. Mahaney at the logo, left off the screen, weaves his way to the right elbow. Steps back, guarded by Maldonado, takes the jumper over this 6'10 big man and knocks it down. Johnson through the legs, left off a Saxon screen, probing inside the foul line, rises up, floats it up and in. And the Gales have matched their biggest lead, Joe, at 15, and Logan Johnson is 1 point away from his career high. He's got 25. As the Gales will initiate the half-court offense, front court to our right. Johnson off the catch, takes a 3, knocks it down. He's got 28. That's a career high for Logan Johnson. And St. Mary's has its biggest lead at 18.
I thought we played well. It's interesting looking at the stats after. Obviously, we had the lull to start the second half, or I don't know if we were like 3 for our first 18, but we were getting good looks. We got some layups at the rim. We got some O boards that we missed the putback, got some open threes. So I thought we played the right way. We moved the ball. We took good shots, and then we made plays down the stretch. Obviously, Logan was awesome tonight. Saxon got us going early. It was huge. So it was great to see that. And then I was proud of our guys. I was proud of Aiden too. He started off slow. He just kept at it and finally broke and got some good shots. And he kept shooting the shots that he should. If he was open, he shot it. He got to the rim. He hit some shots, and I thought he did a good job distributing the ball. He didn't force it, and I thought the same with Dukas. And Dukas was 0 for 6. Aiden was 0 for 7 to start. So 0 for 13 from your 2 best shooters isn't going to happen that often. But to be able to win a game and when those 2 guys struggled a little bit is a good sign. I thought across the board we did a really nice job. Obviously 16 0 boards is a nice night. It helps your offense as well. So we have guys that are capable of that, and it's night in, night out. We need to be that team. So you want to finish on this high note. We're making progress. We keep getting better. Obviously, we kind of took a little step back against Colorado State, but I think we made another step tonight. And just the way we played, the way we moved the ball, the shots that we got, the discipline we had offensively, defensively was really high tonight.
Concluding the non-conference portion of their schedule with a 10-4 record, the Gales will enjoy an 8-day layoff before starting West Coast Conference play, hosting the San Diego Toreros on Thursday night at University Credit Union Pavilion in Moraga. Tip-off is scheduled for 6 p.m., and tickets are available at smcgales.com. Until then, I'm Alex Jensen, and you've been listening to Gales Rewind.
Show your school spirit and earn rewards. As the official credit union of St. Mary's College, University Credit Union offers a custom-designed rewards credit card for the Gale family. Enjoy no annual fee while earning unlimited points, making the UCU St. Mary's credit card the perfect card to use for everyday use. Plus, when you open a UCU checking account, you'll show even more Gale pride with the St. Mary's College debit card. Visit ucu.org to learn more and apply today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Walnut Creek offers Gales fans quick and easy access to the excitement of a vibrant city and the charm of hometown California, all in one central location. Only 7 miles from campus, Walnut Creek Hotels are the official lodging partners for St. Mary's. In a sunny, upscale, and comfortable environment at the base of Mount Diablo, Walnut Creek brings together an eclectic collection of culture, award-winning shopping, hotels, sports facilities, and cuisine to make you smile at every turn. Go to visitwalnutcreek.org to explore your next adventure.
My name's Tony Tornado. I write and star in my own shows and movies. My crew knows that I dream of Hollywood. They also know that I love Mountain Dew. But there's so much more they don't know. Sometimes at night, I look up at the stars and think, I know why Mountain Dew's so crucial to my existence, but does anybody else? See, Dew's the green gold circulating through my veins. It makes Tony Tornado believe that he can do anything. So now you know my secret. But there's so much more you don't know. Do the Dew.
Welcome back to Moraga. Alex Jensen with you at halftime here, where the Gales are enjoying a 16-point lead over San Diego. They led by as many as 22 in that first half. 42-26 is your score. On this Thursday, let's take a look around the West Coast Conference scoreboard, brought to you by Visit Walnut Creek on opening day around the league. In Portland, LMU and the Pilots are squaring off. And LMU right now at halftime up by 13, 46-33. The Lions are on top at the Childs Center. Maybe a little bit of a surprising result, but Portland, they've been struggling recently, and they find themselves down by a baker's dozen at halftime. Coming up later on, it'll be San Francisco paying a visit to Santa Clara in the South Bay. That game is just about to start, and at halftime in Stockton, Pacific up big, or rather BYU up big on Pacific, 36-23. That game at the break as well. One more break here. We'll come back with the second half right after this. You're listening to Gales basketball from Learfield.
Bay Alarm is proud to sponsor the St. Mary's Gales. How good is your defense? When it comes to protecting your home or business, Bay Alarm has been bringing the best for over 75 years, with security camera and fire alarm systems designed to fit your specific needs, expertly installed and professionally monitored 24/7. Ready to up your security game? Go to bayalarm.com and let our team of security experts get you protected today. Go Gales.
Out here, we charge into the heartland with Mountain Dew. Out here, there's no rush hour, just the rush of flying wide open on glassy water at 5 a.m. with your first Dew in hand. And there's no spin class, just bright green spinnerbait that ironically matches your second Dew. Out here, we don't just play big buck hunt, we hunt actual big bucks. And out here, the best road is off-road, and the color of your truck is mud. Out here, it's Dew.
Since 1990, the team at Common Interest Management has been privileged to serve boards of directors and community homeowners of many of the Bay Area's most prestigious communities. Whether working with a newly established community in the earliest stages of development or a more mature community, our experienced managers consult with the board to share best practices in all areas of community management. Common Interest tailors its services for communities of all sizes. If you are currently evaluating a new management company, please visit us at commoninterest.com.
You're listening to St. Mary's Basketball on the Gales Radio Network. Once again, here's Alex Jensen.
Start of the second half here at University Credit Union Pavilion in Moraga. St. Mary's with a 42-26 lead over San Diego. To be Torero basketball to start half number two. Gales for that first half shot 54%, nearly 54%, 15 of 28. 4 of 10 on threes. They held San Diego to just 37%. It should be met. San Diego's lowest point total output so far this year is 67. Right now they're on pace, and again, it's only 20 minutes, but on pace for just 52. They have scored less than 70 points just once, the Toreros have. Of course, this is a game with very good offense against elite defense. The Gales, on that side of the ball have just been fantastic so far this year. You look at KenPom as they're wiping up the floor here a little bit. Josh Sims, Klaus Endressat are out inspecting some maybe wet spots on the floor here in Moraga. It's a rainy evening here in the Bay Area. Now, there used to be, if you remember, back about 10, 15 years, there used to be a couple leaks in this roof. But, of course, the improvements to University Credit Union Pavilion, that is no longer. Starting five on the floor for both clubs. And we are now ready for basketball, as it'll be McKinney with Jawara, Williams, Earlington, and Pierre, the starting five on the floor for San Diego. 42-26, the St. Mary's lead. Pierre guarded by Saxon. Ends up in the hands of Jawara. Eyes the floor. Angles right with the dribble, guarded by Johnson. Gives it up. Earlington slipping to the basket, met by two Gales. Try to go up and under. Bowen blocked the shot. It ends up off the bottom of the rim. Gales with the rebound. Mahaney pushing ahead. Dukas in the open floor. Shot fake on a three. Now drives, leaves his feet. Has to send it out to Bowen, who tracks it down at the logo. And St. Mary's now gets set in the half court. Mahaney played just 7.5 minutes due to foul trouble in that first half. He takes it left off a Saxon screen. Send it out to the right wing for Johnson. Runner up with the right hand off the glass. No good. And Williams in for the board for San Diego. He'll outlet for Jawara, and it's off his fingertips out of bounds to the San Diego bench. The Toreros, again, they want to play faster than the Gales do. They want to get it loose and get it free-flowing. St. Mary's prefers the half court and really slowing you down defensively. And that time maybe a little too aggressive from Williams. We'll see if the Toreros employ some backcourt pressure in the second half to try and speed the Gales up. Here's Bowen in the front court, top of the arc, hand off to Johnson with the left hand probing off a screen. Left lane line, leans in inside of Pierre, can't score off the window. And Pierre collects the rebound for San Diego. Here comes Earlington. He's playing with 3 fouls, may have gotten away with a carry at the top of the arc. And with 20 to shoot, he picks up the dribble, gives it off to Jawara on the right wing, guarded by Mahaney. And San Diego will get set in the half court. Here's Pierre facing up on Saxon, rises up for a 10-footer from the right baseline. Comes up short. And Bowen with the rebound for St. Mary's. That's his 10th board for KB. St. Mary's out rebounding San Diego 25-11. They lead by 16. Dukas in the left corner takes a three out the catch. That's good. So Dukas the first Gale into double figures. And St. Mary's with a 19-point lead now, 45-26. McKinney turnaround jumper off the drive on Mahaney. Tough shot. Can't get it to go. Johnson with the rebound for St. Mary's. 2 minutes into the second half, 45-26. The Gales on top. Dukas has tied McKinney with a game-high 10. LJ off a screen, hesitates, now drives on Pierre. And a foul is called. And Johnson will go to the line for 2 shots. 17:47 to play. And Johnson, again, has been so key to the Gales' success. They are 6-1 when he scores in double figures. Coming off a career night in Phoenix 8 days ago, just before Christmas, as his first free throw is up too strong. Here comes Nick Lynch back into the ballgame for Pierre, who just picked up his 3rd foul. Again, foul trouble across the board for the Toreros. Pierre, Earlington, and Lynch all with 3. Second free throw on the way for Johnson. Gets to go. Gale lead is 20. They've scored the first 4 points of this second half. LJ has 8. San Diego 0 for 3 with a turnover since halftime. Jawara fakes the handoff to Earlington. Sends out to Lynch on the left wing. Good closeout by Saxon. With 12 to shoot, Earlington wants to drive left on Bowen. Into the lane he goes, turns around, right-hand hook is up and no good. Williams with the offensive board, stripped by Dukas on his way back up. And Saxon collects the loose ball for the Gales. And sends Dukas on his way up the near wing. Up top, Mahaney swing it for LJ. One-on-one with Jawara on the right side. Left off a Saxon screen in the middle of the floor. Hits Mitch rolling to the basket. He's fouled by Lynch. Gets the bucket to go. And 1. And Mitchell Saxon will go to the line. Chance for a 3-point play. And he has matched the Gales' biggest lead with that bucket. His high school coach is in the building tonight. 6'9" freshman Jeremiah Niarco will check in for the first time for San Diego as Lynch just picked up his 4th foul. Earlington also comes off in favor of the freshman Neil Benawal. And Saxon with a free throw here can give the Gales their biggest lead. Comes up short. The rebound to Benawal. So 48-26 the St. Mary's lead. And Jawara will jog it across the timeline left to right. 3 minutes into the second half, Gales have scored the half's only 6 points. Left baseline McKinney. Backs up to the 3-point line on Mahaney. Drives baseline. Stops underneath the basket. Kick out to Williams. Shot fake on a 3. Probing now. 3 Gales converge. Williams leans in. Drops it off to Niarco. Missed the bunny left side of the basket. He was wide open, and Bowen collects the rebound on the weak side. San Diego has missed their first 5 shots. LJ to Saxon. Missed the lay-in on the roll. Offensive board to Bowen. And a fresh 20 for St. Mary's. Give it up to Johnson. Johnson has 3 assists. The Gales in double digits in that category. Johnson tried another one-hand bounce pass through traffic to Saxon. It's off a foot. Picked up by Benawal. A 1-on-2 into the body of Dukas. Runner up and good off glass. So Benewall, an unlikely source. He averages just 2 points a game. Gives the Toreros their first points the second half. 48-28, 4 minutes in. Mahaney on the right side. Front court to my left. Left off a Saxon screen. Drives the left hand. Rises up, blocked by Niarco. It'll be out of bounds to St. Mary's as Mahaney tried to get to the cup with the left hand. Sent out of bounds. St. Mary's basketball after this timeout. 15:49 to play here in Moraga. West Coast Conference opener. St. Mary's leads San Diego 48-28. We'll take the break. You're listening to Gales basketball from Learfield.
Panini's Ristorante has been delivering quality food and beverages to the Moraga area for years and is a proud hometown partner of St. Mary's College Athletics. Casual dining with the whole family or an adult night out, they have you covered. Visit them at 1375 Moraga Way for a wonderful experience. Panini's Ristorante.
Diablo Valley Insurance Agency is a full-service independent insurance brokerage located in Walnut Creek. Founded in 1956, our agency has been providing insurance services to clients throughout Northern California and the Western United States for over 50 years. Our team of insurance professionals will take the time to understand your needs, whether personal or related to your business, and provide the best products and services for you. Go to DiabloValleyInsurance.com today to request a quote. Diablo Valley Insurance Agency. Local, independent, trusted.
Show your school spirit and earn rewards. As the official credit union of St. Mary's College, University Credit Union offers a custom-designed rewards credit card for the Gale family. Enjoy no annual fee while earning unlimited points, making the UCU St. Mary's credit card the perfect card to use for everyday use. Plus, when you open a UCU checking account, you'll show even more Gale pride with the St. Mary's College debit card. Visit ucu.org to learn more and apply today. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is Kyle Bowen, and you're listening to Gales Basketball.
15:49 to play in the second half of action here in Moraga. St. Mary's leads San Diego 48-28. I'm Alex Jensen. Glad to have you with us on this Thursday night. The Gale basketball out of the timeout. They'll have it on the baseline. Starting five on the floor for St. Mary's. They've outscored San Diego 6-2 since halftime. They've led by as many as 22 tonight, both in the first and second half. Mahaney will trigger. Box set for St. Mary's. Lobbing it into LJ, leaping on the catch. Left wing, guarded by the freshman Benewall. 10 to shoot. LJ sizing it up. Jab step left, drives right into contact. Blocked, and a foul is called on Benewall, trying to wrestle the loose ball away from Johnson. Pretty good defense there on the post by Niarco. The freshman out of Ghana went to Sierra Canyon High School. And boy, they're going to give LJ free throws here. They're going to say that foul was on Benewall on the shot. I thought they got it off the tie-up. And now these three officials are conferring it. Johnson's going to get free throws here. That's a gift for Johnson. I thought the whistle was blown when he was tied up by Benewall. But he will get the benefit of the doubt as he rims out the first free throw. That's what Steve Lavin is arguing right now. Talking with lead official Randy McCall. He's saying that, thought that whistle was on the tie-up. Not the case. Johnson's second free throw on the way and good. He splits the two. Yeah, the Gale lead again is 21, 49-28. As McKinney advances to the front court, left to right. McKinney, Jawara with Williams, Niarco, and Benewall. Here's a foul called out of the perimeter. This is going to go against Mitchell Saxon. That's his second. Kyle Bowen has 12 rebounds tonight. That's tied his career high. Dukas and Saxon lead the way with 10 apiece for St. Mary's. Jawara feeds the post, back to the basket, left block extended. Williams double team, kicks out to the post. Niarco rocks into a 15-footer left side. That's no good. Johnson high in the air, skies for the board. And he pushes ahead for Dukas in the left corner. Guarded by Benewall. Bent over the waist, they clear out the side for him. Dukas driving on the baseline, spins to the middle, kick out LJ wide open from the right side. His three's an air ball. And Benewall, as the ball fall in his lap, pushes ahead for McKinney. Met by Mahaney at the timeline. 49-28, the St. Mary's lead. 5 minutes into the second half. Mid-range on the way from Niarco. Barely grazes the front rim. Bowen with the rebound. Sends Saxon on his way. Saxon to the rim in transition. Scores it with the right hand, and Saxon with a dozen. 51-28, the St. Mary's lead. Jawara probing, kick out Williams, right side, contested three, rattles out, but a foul called on Kyle Bowen, and that will send Eric Williams Jr. to the line with 14:34 to play. 3 free throws upcoming for the 6th-year player out of Port Huron, Michigan. Started his career at Duquesne, then spent 3 years at Oregon. He was the only Duck, by the way, in double figures against the Gales last year in the Maui. And with that free throw, he is now on the score sheet. I mean, pretty incredible for a guy that averages 15.5 points per game. That's Kyle Bowen, Alex Dukas. It's first 2 of 3. Marciulionis checks in for Johnson. Niarco comes off, and Pierre returns. Again, this is a guy, 11 double-figure games and a program record 43 points against Utah State. Last month, he gets all 3 free throws, and the Gale lead is now 20. That broke, by the way, a nearly 50-year-old record, which was held by Robert Pinky Smith, who had 40 in a game for the Toreros. Gale lead is 20. Dukas off a handoff, left wing, lets a 3 fly, pinballs out. Williams collects the rebound for San Diego. Bounce pass in transition to McKinney, making his way to the basket. Foul call. This is going to go on Mahaney. And McKinney will go to the line with 14-12 to play. St. Mary's leading by 20, and that's number 3 on Mahaney. Randy Bennett not thrilled with that call, I think you could say. So now McKinney to the line. 10 points, 3 of 7 shooting for McKinney, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. This is game 1 of a tough 2-game road trip to start West Coast Conference play for San Diego. They will, on Saturday night, they will be on the Hilltop to take on the San Francisco Dons. Not an easy place to win. Second free throw for McKinney on the way and good. So 5 in a row coming from the line for San Diego. Gale lead is now 18 with just over 14 minutes to play. Mahaney, Marciulionis, Dukas, Bowen, and Saxon. Mahaney at the logo, dribbling on McKinney. Angles left, now probing. Getting inside, leans in. McKinney blocks it. Saxon right there to pick up the loose ball. Goes back up and scores. Boy, Mitch is having his way inside. He's got 14 tonight. And the Gales back up by 20. Williams, shot fake on the 3. Now drives, runs into Saxon. Tough shot. Fading away from the basket. Gets to crawl home off the window. That's his first field goal. Williams, he is now 1 of 7 from the field. 53-35, the St. Mary's lead. Mahaney turns the corner with the left hand, down the lane, skies to the rim, lays it in. Mahaney, that's his first points since he scored the first 5 points of the ball game. Puts the Gales back up by 20. Williams, deep 3 off the catch, straight away off the front rim, no good. Offensive rebound to Pierre. It's a back cutter, that's Williams. Down the lane, got behind Bowen and lays it home. Williams is starting to heat up a little bit. St. Mary's lead is 18 again, 55-37. Saxon, top of the key left, dribbles left, hands off to Dukas. Now Bowen topside, looks low, gives it back off to the left wing for Marciulionis. Terminates the dribble left wing, trying to post up Dukas on Benawal. Dukas has it now, 8 to shoot. Backing down, Dukas holding a right-hand dribble right into the paint, gets the cup turn over the left shoulder, right-hand hook does it. Boy, he's point blank, just a little strong on the finish there. And the Toreros gather the rebound, and an offensive foul is called on Jawara. He runs into Kyle Bowen, and KB, maybe a little embellishment there, gets the call. That's the 10th San Diego turnover. The 5th giveaway charged to Jawara. That's his second foul, 4th team foul on the Toreros here in the second half. Gales in half number 2, just 5 of 13, but they're holding San Diego to 3 of 11. Gales are plus 15 on the boards, 32-27. They've outscored the Toreros 30-20 in the paint. 11 offensive rebounds for St. Mary's. They had 31 over their last 2 games coming into play. Mahaney with a hesitation, he's probing on the right baseline, floats it up and in off the window. 4 straight for Mahaney. He's got 9. looking for double figures for the 11th straight game. Williams dribbling on Bowen. Driving with the right hand, has it knocked away. Loose ball on the floor is picked up by Williams. Gets it out to Benewall. 3 off the catch, doesn't go. Saxon with the rebound off the front rim. Now Mahaney wants to push the tempo. 3-on-3 for the Gales. Mahaney probing, lost the dribble. Has to send it back out to Marshallonis, and the Gales get set in the half court again. Here's Saxon, kick out Duke as he is wide open. 3-ball up and good. Well, another breakdown defensively for San Diego as they were scrambling in transition and gave up another wide open 3. That's the Gales' 6th triple tonight. And Dukas now has 13. It's a 60-37 St. Mary's lead. Here's McKinney in the right corner, guarded by Mahaney. Drives left, spins back right, terminates the dribble, tries to hit a back cutter, knocked away by Bowen. He comes away with a steal. And he will advance to the front court himself. Post touch for Saxon. Low left along the baseline. He gets the rim on Pierre, banks it up and in low left. Gales now have their biggest lead at 25. Saxon has a game-high 16 to go along with 7 rebounds. Open from the right side, Williams lets a 3 fly. That's no good. Offensive board and the putback for Jawara up and good. And a timeout is taken here, I believe, by San Diego. There's a wet spot on the floor in the front court to my right. They're still working on. Timeout San Diego. We'll take the break as well. 10:43 to play in our ball game tonight. It's been all St. Mary's through the first 3 quarters of this one. They lead San Diego 62-39. We'll step aside. You're listening to Gales basketball from Learfield.
Fourth Floor Tap Room and Grill in Orinda's Theater Square is now your official away game watch party location for St. Mary's Athletics. Enjoy apps, salads, burgers, or one of their signature handcrafted wood-fired pizzas on the patio with the giant fire pit. Plus, they offer discounts for all St. Mary's students, coaches, faculty, and alumni. Catch every game on one of their 10 big screen TVs or enjoy live music Thursday through Saturday evenings from 6:30 to 10:30. You can even have them cater your next event. For more information, visit thefourthboard.com or call 925-254-1183. Go Gales!
Walnut Creek offers Gales fans quick and easy access to the excitement of a vibrant city and the charm of hometown California, all in one central location. Only 7 miles from campus, Walnut Creek Hotels are the official lodging partners for St. Mary's. In a sunny, upscale, and comfortable environment at the base of Mount Diablo, Walnut Creek brings together an eclectic collection of culture, award-winning shopping, hotels, sports facilities, and cuisine to make you smile at every turn. Go to visitwalnutcreek.org to explore your next adventure.
Hey Gales fans, if you love attending live sporting events and concerts, then be sure to check out Tickets for Less. At ticketsforless.com, you'll find the best selection of tickets to all your favorite events, and you never pay steep per-ticket service fees like you do on other sites. Whether you're looking to see your Gales or are planning a trip to see a big event in the city, ticketsforless.com should always be your first stop for tickets. Ticketsforless.com, proud partner of St. Mary's Athletics and live event goers everywhere.
This is Harry Wessels, more St. Mary's basketball coming up.
10:43 to play here in Moraga on this Thursday night. West Coast Conference opener. St. Mary's leads San Diego 62-39. Joshua Jefferson will check in for his first action. St. Mary's will have the basketball, and everybody was down on the wrong side of the floor. Nick Lynch has returned with his 4 fouls for the Toreros. Gales are shooting 52% in this game tonight. They're being led by Saxon's 16 points on 6 of 8 shooting. And some backcourt pressure here from the Toreros as Mahaney says back it on off. He wants to go one-on-one with McKinney into the front court. Mahaney, Johnson, Dukas, Jefferson, and Saxon. Here's Jefferson, top of the arc, defended by Arlington. Dribbles right, hands off to LJ. Post touch again for Saxon. Low left, defended by Lynch, backing down with a right-hand dribble. 2 feet in the paint, turns to the right-hand hook. Can't score off the front rim. Gets his own rebound, tied up, and a jump ball. Possession arrow favors St. Mary's. They will keep it. .10:20 to play. Put 20 back on the shot clock. For the Gales. Jefferson's first minutes tonight. Bowen's done a heck of a job on Arlington, who is 2 for 8 from the field with 3 fouls. Dukas off the catch, 15-footer left baseline, too strong. Rebound Jawara, and he will push ahead. Gales lead by 23. They've led by as many as 25 tonight. Earlington checked by the freshman Jefferson. Good challenge for him. Now McKinney. Up top it comes to Jawara. Midway through the second half. Jawara, right side for Lynch. 3 on the way. Air ball out of bounds. It'll go to St. Mary's. And are they going to say that was tipped? They're going to say it was tipped. Klaus Endrasat says it was tipped by Mitchell Saxon. And they're going to have to fix the shot clock now as it reset to 30 seconds. I think San Diego caught a break there. I'm not sure that was tipped by Saxon. And two Seattle natives now sharing a lap. They put 14 on the shot clock. Exactly 10 minutes to play. It's been all St. Mary's tonight. They lead by 23. Jawara shovels it inside, right box. Easy money for Eric Williams, who banks it in. Nine now for Williams. They've all come in the second half. 62-41. Mahaney defended by McKinney. Right off a Saxon screen. Makes his way. Right foul line extended. Rise up 15-footer. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Aiden Mahaney. He is so good in that mid-range area. I mean, it just feels almost automatic. He got to that spot time and time again against Vanderbilt about a month ago. He's now into double figures with 11 points. Driving is Jawara. Sends it out to Williams. Thought about the three. Now takes a left-hand drive. He's tripped by Dukas. Down he goes, and Alex making sure he's okay. He says, I'm good. So Dukas picks up foul number 1. 14th foul on the Gales. Dukas will now come off in favor of Luke Barrett. 8 of the 10 Gales who have seen the floor tonight have scored. 20 on the shot clock for the Toreros. 9:19 to play. Jawara will send it in, left side of the basket, standing on the baseline. Floated in for Earlington. Up top to McKinney, 18 to shoot. McKinney checked by Mahaney. Now Barrett will take a turn on Williams. He'll rise from the right side. 3 doesn't go. Johnson with the weak side rebound. 9 minutes to go. 64-41, the St. Mary's lead. Mahaney holds the ball at his waist. Guarded by McKinney. Tried a little bounce pass through traffic. It was kicked by San Diego. So Gales will keep it here with 8:54 to play. It was a 29-6 run in the first half. Gales started 7 of 8 in this game. They have not looked back since. And at that time gave them a 22-point lead. Whistle and a foul called on Joshua Jefferson setting the screen. Setting screens, again, for younger players in college basketball, it's really a learning curve. There was an emphasis, a rules emphasis a few years ago when they became very picky about moving screens. Wanted to eliminate those kind of half screens out of college basketball. You see a lot of young players pick up fouls just like that one on Joshua Jefferson. McKinney comes out and Deuce Turner is back to the game. He's got it now. Top side defended by Mahaney. 15 to shoot for the Toreros. Jawara on LJ. Reverses, gives to Earlington. Right wing. Met by Jefferson. 7 to shoot. Earlington sizing his man up with 5 to shoot. Step back tough shot blocked by Jefferson. Williams collects the loose ball and hits a free throw line jumper at the end of the shot clock. And they are going to take a look at this with 8:17 to play in the second half. The Gale lead is 21. And this will also send us to a timeout here in Moraga. 8:17 to play. St. Mary's leads San Diego 64-43. We'll step aside from Moraga. And you're listening to Gales basketball from Learfield.
Diablo Valley Insurance Agency is a full-service independent insurance brokerage located in Walnut Creek. Founded in 1956, our agency has been providing insurance services to clients throughout Northern California and the Western United States for over 50 years. Our team of insurance professionals will take the time to understand your needs, whether personal or related to your business, and provide the best products and services for you. Go to DiabloValleyInsurance.com today to request a quote. Diablo Valley Insurance Agency. Local, independent, trusted.
Panini's Ristorante has been delivering quality food and beverages to the Moraga area for years and is a proud hometown partner of St. Mary's College Athletics. Casual dining with the whole family or an adult night out, they have you covered. Visit them at 1375 Moraga Way for a wonderful experience. Panini's Ristorante.
Since 1990, the team at Common Interest Management has been privileged to serve boards of directors and community homeowners of many of the Bay Area's most prestigious communities. Whether working with a newly established community in the earliest stages of development or a more mature community, our experienced managers consult with the board to share best practices in all areas of community management. Common Interest tailors its services for communities of all sizes. If you are currently evaluating a new management company, please visit us at commoninterest.com.
This is Luke Barrett. Stay tuned because more St. Mary's basketball is on the way.
.8:17 to play here in Moraga. St. Mary's has controlled this one from the opening tip, 64-43. They counted that bucket from Eric Williams. He is now to double figures with 11. Gales, they started 7 of 8. They're shooting 51% tonight. They're led by Saxon's 16 with 8 rebounds. Kyle Bowen has set a new career high with 13 boards. Dukas and Mahaney also into double figures with 13 and 11, respectively. It'll be Mahaney, Johnson, Barrett, Jefferson, and Saxon for St. Mary's as the Toreros will apply some full court pressure here. They've got Deuce Turner with Sigu Sissoko Jawara, Eric Williams, Marcellus Erlington, and Nick Lynch. It's been a year for Steve Lavin. The Toreros started 4-1. All of those were at home, though. 2 non-division ones, an average KenPom rating of 170. They've gone 3-6 since then. Backcourt pressure here from San Diego. Mahaney and LJ to try and break it. Mahaney stretches the pass to Barrett in the front court. Barrett chased by a couple of Toreros, and now the Gales will get set in the half court, leading by 21, 8 minutes to go. Mahaney outside right, has a screen from Saxon. Saxon now slips to the middle. Mahaney takes a left-hand drive across the paint. Out to the corner comes to Jefferson. He will probe with the right hand, met there by a body. Rises up, and a foul called on Marcellus Erlington. And Joshua Jefferson will make his way to the line with 7:51 to play. I believe that there are still 2 more media timeouts to come. They never took the timeout media after Steve Lavin called his timeout. 2 free throws here for Jefferson. First is short. Joshua has yet to make a free throw so far this year. He has 1 free throw made. He's 1 for 6. Freshman straightens up, knocks in the second. So he is on the score sheet. 65-43. 7:45 to play. Williams driving off the catch. Turnaround jumper from about 6. No good over Barrett. Saxon with the rebound. He's 1 rebound away from his 3rd double-double of the year. 65-43. LJ outside right. Whips a pass to Mahaney between the circles. Back up top to Johnson. 13 to shoot. Johnson has Lynch on a switch. It's out to Jefferson. And trying to get it back out to LJ. Joshua throws it away. That is just the 2nd turnover on St. Mary's in the second half, making the 3rd turnover on the Gales in the second half. They have 10 for the game. These minutes are important for guys like Joshua Jefferson. He's averaged so far this season nearly 7 minutes a game. We really love his upside, especially as an offensive player. Here's Turner in the left corner. Drives a closeout, skips it for Benewall, who steps on the sideline before attempting a 3. That's the 11th San Diego turnover. Here comes a 2-2-1 press from the Toreros as Jefferson will trigger on the near sideline with 7 minutes to play. 65-43, the St. Mary's lead. Mahaney bounced past the near corner for Jefferson. Drives along the baseline, drops it off to Saxon. Shot fake, gets his man in the air, goes up and scores low right. Saxon now with 18. Lynch out ahead of the pack with the catch and transition. Back to the basket on Saxon. Outside it comes to Williams. Saxon at 18 points, 9 rebounds. Second solid performance for Mitch. Benewall in the left wing, contested 3 off the bounce. Way too strong. Jefferson catches the ball, caroming off the backboard. Gale lead 24. Here's Jefferson, right box across the paint to Saxon. Beautiful feed from Joshua Jefferson to Saxon. Back-to-back assists for J-Jeff, as they call him, and Saxon has a new career high with 20 points. 69-43. Three up and no good by Earlington. Saxon with the rebounding. Now has a double-double, 20 points, 10 boards. Johnson into the front court up the far wing. Inside of 6 minutes to play. It's been all St. Mary's tonight. They lead by 26. Jefferson, three from the near corner. Got it! Boy, Joshua Jefferson, a couple of assists, a three. And now LJ nearly with a steal off the inbound. 5:44 to play. And the Gales have pushed their lead to 29. Joshua Jefferson with his first career three. Saxon with a new career high, his third double-double of the year. 72-43. And now a line change, it seems, for both clubs, as Wessels, Howell, Mahaney, and Marshallonis will check in. Barrett, Johnson, Saxon, Dukas come off. Niarco is back in there. The 6'9" freshman for San Diego returns. Joined by McKinney, Pierre, Turner, and Devin Dalkey. Rising up for a 15-footer from the right baseline off the bounce is McKinney. That's up and no good. And the rebound cleared by Howell. So 5.5 minutes to go, and the Gales, at times, they have struggled with lineups like this on the floor. Mahaney dribbles into a mid-range, knocks it down from the right elbow. Man, is he smooth. He's got a baker's dozen. 74-43. 5:10 to play. Mahaney again at double figures for the 11th straight game. Here's Pierre posting up on Jefferson, backing down. Little push shot from about 8, left lane line, up and good. That ends a 10-0 St. Mary's run. Well, I think if you were looking for things for the Gales to get better with tonight, this has been pretty much, at least to this point, a complete performance. Mahaney to the right wing, change of pace, drives. Boy, how about that from Aiden Mahaney? Runner high off glass and good with the right hand. He's got 15. McKinney bullies his way to the cup. Whistle and a foul called on Martin. Boy, it looked like McKinney used that off arm to create space. Marshallonis can't believe it. I can't say I blame him. And McKinney will get to the line here with 4.5 minutes to play. Well, the Gales, I mean, tonight they've played the defense on a high-powered offensive club. They've shot 56%. The free throws are still a work in progress. The Gales 11 of 19 from the line tonight, but 3 in double figures. I mean, this has just been a complete performance. St. Mary's has controlled this game from the very beginning. McKinney rims in the first free throw. That is Dominic Muncy waiting at the scorer's table, 6-foot sophomore out of San Diego. McKinney drops in both. He's got a team-high 14 for the Toreros. So Muncy, the walk-on, will check in, replacing McKinney. Still 4.5 minutes to play. St. Mary's leads by 29. 58% here in the second half. Mahaney crossover, step back, three on the way, no. Rebound is picked up by Niarco, tipped out of his hands by Jefferson. Niarco runs it down to the corner and sends it cross court to Deuce Turner, who will advance to the front court left to right for San Diego. 76-47, St. Mary's. Turner outside right to Pierre, jab step on Jefferson. Now putting it on the deck, drives left, spins back right. Good defense by Joshua. He's got to give it up to Turner between the circles. 12 to shoot. Turner, that's way out there off the bounce. He cans it. Boy, tough shot. And Turner hits the three. Kind of leaning to his right. That was NBA distance from the right wing. 76-50. Mahaney angling left, hand off to Marshallonis. Crossover on Muncy and a foul called on the Torero walk-on. And that will take us to our final media timeout of the night. Dominating performance for the Gales through the first 36.5 minutes. 3:36 to play. St. Mary's 76, San Diego 50. This is Gales basketball from Learfield.
Out here, we charge into the heartland with Mountain Dew. Out here, there's no rush hour, just the rush of flying wide open on glassy water at 5 a.m. with your first dew in hand. And there's no spin class, just bright green spinner bait that ironically matches your second dew. Out here, we don't just play big buck hunt, we hunt actual big bucks. And out here, the best road is off-road, and the color of your truck is mud. Out here, it's dew.
Bay Alarm is proud to sponsor the St. Mary's Gales. How good is your defense? When it comes to protecting your home or business, Bay Alarm has been bringing the best for over 75 years, with security camera and fire alarm systems designed to fit your specific needs, expertly installed and professionally monitored 24/7. Ready to up your security game? Go to bayalarm.com and let our team of security experts get you protected today. Go Gales.
Walnut Creek offers Gales fans quick and easy access to the excitement of a vibrant city and the charm of hometown California, all in one central location. Only 7 miles from campus, Walnut Creek Hotels are the official lodging partners for St. Mary's. In a sunny, upscale, and comfortable environment at the base of Mount Diablo, Walnut Creek brings together an eclectic collection of culture, award-winning shopping, hotels, sports facilities, and cuisine to make you smile at every turn. Go to visitwalnutcreek.org to explore your next adventure.
You're listening to St. Mary's Basketball on the Gales Radio Network.
Final 3:36 from Moraga. Alex Jensen with you on this Thursday night. Gales have dominated in the West Coast Conference opener. They lead San Diego 76-50. Aiden Mahaney comes off, and Luke Barrett will return. Marshall Lonis with Chris Howell, Barrett, Jefferson, and Harry Wessels. 3.5 minutes to go. Marshall Lonis with a drive and a foul called on Niarco, and that will send Marshall Lonis to the line for a 1-and-1. 7th team foul on the Toreros with 3:27 to play. A nice luxury as well for Randy Bennett to get his starters off the floor with, a tough game on Saturday at Santa Clara looming. Marshall Lonis drops in the front end of a 1-and-1. That game will be at 4 o'clock on New Year's Eve from the Levy Center. You can join us on the Varsity Network. 3:45 pregame from the South Bay. Second free throw for Marshall Lonis. Rims out, and Niarco with the rebound. 77-50. Turner one-hand bounce pass to the walk-on Muncie. 13 to shoot. Turner. Ball handling on Marshall Lonis. Hits Niarco slipping to the basket. 3 Gales converge on him. Left lane line. 6 to shoot. Muncie for 3 off the catch. That's off the front rim. No good. Offensive rebound. Tipped by Wessels. Gathered by Niarco. And Pierre makes his way downstairs and scores low left. 77-52. Marshall Lonis, top of the arc, swings it for Wessels, or swings it for Howell, rather. Here's Wessels now. He's got a guard on him. He's backing down with the left hand, gets the cup, scores off the window. That was Turner defending the post there. He got stuck there on a switch. Now a steal. Marshall Lonis leading a run out. Bounce pass in transition, knocked away by Muncie. Good hands by the sophomore. Out of bounds, they'll stay with St. Mary's. Marshall Lonis need a little bit more pace on that bounce pass. Muncie barely got there. He's looking for Howell streaking down the near side of the floor. And the Gales will have it on the sideline in front of their own bench. Marshall Lonis will trigger. Gales will have, at the beginning of league play, 3 of their first 4 coming here at home. 25 on the shot clock, 2:15 on the game clock. Marshall Lonis for Barrett, swing it for Howell. Now Luke right off his screen, trying to turn the corner with the right hand. Gets inside, runner up and good off glass, and 1. And Luke Barrett will go to the line. Chance for a 3-point play. 2:05 to go. That's Barrett's first points tonight. 1 of 1 from the field. He's played 8 minutes. Sophomore at a Piedmont, redshirt sophomore. Trying to complete the 3-point play. He does. And the Gales are back up by 30, 82-52. This is now a season high in points for St. Mary's. 2 minutes to go, and they are going to hold San Diego to a season low in terms of points. Wild shot from Devin Dalkey off the glass, off the rim, and no good. Wessels clears the board. Now Barrett running out. Outlet pass from Howell, rather. Good transition defense there by San Diego, and Marshallonis will now set the Gales up in the half court. Howell skips it. Barrett left corner three, no good. Dalkey with the rebound. 90 seconds to play. Turner in the open floor, hits the trailing Parrish, dribbles into a three, and it rolls home. (82-55). 80 seconds to go. Gales are also close to a season high in field goal percentage. They shot 56.9 against Vanderbilt. 1:06 to play. Jefferson on the left wing with 13 to shoot, looking for the post. And a bad pass knocked away, stolen by Pierre. Right idea. Turner steps back, contested three, rims in. (82-58), 24-point St. Mary's lead, about an 11-second differential between the two clocks. Marshallonis off to the right side for Howell. Jab step, drive, kick out. Jefferson open for three from the left side. Bottoms it. Joshua Jefferson now with a career high. And after the turnover, he rips the cords with a three. 85-58. Nyarko, 15-footer, step back, pinballs out. Jefferson with the rebound. The shot clock is off, and Marshallonis will just have to break the timeline and put the cherry on top of a dominating performance by the Gales in the opener of West Coast Conference play in Moraga tonight. St. Mary's a season high in points with 85. They hold San Diego to a season low point total. And for the first time in 3 years, the Gales are 1-0 in West Coast Conference play as they take down San Diego 85-58. Your final score. 3 Gales in double figures. Saxon a career high with 20 points. He also had 10 rebounds. That's his third double-double of the year. Aiden Mahaney with 15. Dukas with 13. Kyle Bowen a career high 13 rebounds. And the Gales did the job on San Diego defensively. The Toreros, again, a season low in points with 58. Their previous low was 67 at Arizona State. Also a season low in field goal percentage by the Toreros. San Diego shot just 36% tonight. And their previous season low, 38.7 against Nichols. All around, both ends of the floor, just dominant for the Gales on their home floor as they improve to 11-4 overall. And 1-0 in West Coast Conference play. Again, for the first time in 2 seasons, the Gales win their West Coast Conference opener as they were dominant tonight. Final score, St. Mary's 85, San Diego 58. Our postgame show is coming up next. If you're watching us on the WCC network, you want to hear from a player and a coach, you can do that. Download the Varsity Network app, search St. Mary's. You can find our entire postgame show there. We'll hear from Associate Head Coach Mickey McConnell, as well as our player of the game from Moraga. That and every postgame you can hear on the Varsity Network. So if you don't have the Varsity Network app, go to your app store, download the Varsity Network app, search St. Mary's. Our entire postgame show is available right there. Final score tonight, St. Mary's 85, San Diego 58. Postgame show is coming up next on the Varsity Network. This is Gales basketball from Learfield.
Bay Alarm is proud to sponsor the St. Mary's Gales. How good is your defense? When it comes to protecting your home or business, Bay Alarm has been bringing the best for over 75 years, with security camera and fire alarm systems designed to fit your specific needs, expertly installed and professionally monitored 24/7. Ready to up your security game? Go to bayalarm.com and let our team of security experts get you protected today. Go Gales.
Hey Gales fans, If you love attending live sporting events and concerts, then be sure to check out Tickets for Less. At ticketsforless.com, you'll find the best selection of tickets to all your favorite events, and you never pay steep per-ticket service fees like you do on other sites. Whether you're looking to see your Gales or are planning a trip to see a big event in the city, ticketsforless.com should always be your first stop for tickets. Ticketsforless.com, proud partner of St. Mary's Athletics and live event goers everywhere.
Since 1990, the team at Common Interest Management has been privileged to serve boards of directors and community homeowners of many of the Bay Area's most prestigious communities. Whether working with a newly established community in the earliest stages of development or a more mature community, our experienced managers consult with the board to share best practices in all areas of community management. Common Interest tailors its services for communities of all sizes. If you are currently evaluating a new management company, please visit us at commoninterest.com.
You're listening to St. Mary's Basketball on the Gales Radio Network. Time now for the post-game show, presented by Diablo Valley Insurance, a full-service independent insurance brokerage located in Walnut Creek that is owned and run by Gales. Go to DiabloValleyInsurance.com today to request a quote. A game recap, a breakdown of the box score, and more are straight ahead. Back courtside, here's Alex Jensen.
Welcome back to Moraga, where the Gales, they start 1-0 in West Coast Conference play for the first time in the last 3 years. They're 11-4, and St. Mary's just dominant tonight in their win over San Diego, 85-58 the final. The Gales, again, I mean, outside of free throw shooting, you want to see this team check a box. Well, they checked every box outside of free throw shooting tonight, as the Gales shot 56%. That's close to a career high, or a season high rather. They scored a season high 85 points. They out-rebounded San Diego by 16, 12 more offensive rebounds, and the Gales came into play today averaging over 10.5 offensive rebounds per game. They now have 43 offensive rebounds over their last 3 games. That's a ridiculous number, but again, plus 16 on the boards. They pounded San Diego in the paint, nearly doubled them up downstairs, 46-28 in the paint. St. Mary's bench outscored the Toreros 25-8. Over 40 points in both quarters. Again, outside of the free throw shooting, which was 13 of 22, Gales checked every box tonight. They held on to the basketball, 11 turnovers, and again, that's the key between St. Mary's wins and losses. 16 assists, 3 in double figures. All in all, about as good of a West Coast Conference opener as you could hope for if you're a Gale fan. St. Mary's, they were down 6-5 2 minutes into the ball game, and then a long 29-6 run. The Gales scored 9 in a row to make it 14-6. And after a 3 by Jawara, it was another 7 in a row to make it 21-9. After a 3-point play by McKinney, another 13 in a row to make it 34-12. That would be the Gales' biggest lead in the first half. They led by as many as 22 in half number 1. After that run, the Toreros went on a little 8-0 run, and then both teams scored 6 points the rest of the half to give the Gales a 16-point lead heading into the break. And coming out in the second half, again, it was St. Mary's kind of putting the clay again. So St. Mary's shot 56% in this game, but it was their defense that really set the tone and controlled this thing for the entire 40 minutes. This is a very high-powered San Diego offense. They average 79 points per game. They shoot 45% from the floor. But they certainly have their warts defensively, and the Gales were able to capitalize on San Diego's defense, and again, put up the kind of numbers that you hope to see on a night-in, night-out basis. The Gales scored 9 of the first 11 points in the second half to go up by 23 at 51-28. After San Diego made it 55-37, 2 teams trading buckets. Another long run for St. Mary's of 19-6, leading by 21. They then went on a 10-0 run, capped by a mid-range from Aiden Mahaney to make it 74-43. That would be their biggest lead of the night. Again, the Toreros picked up a few points in garbage time. In fact, 13 points in the final 15 points in the final 4 minutes and 55 seconds to avoid really being run out of the gym. As it stands, it was a blowout victory for St. Mary's anyway, as the Gales, again, 85-58. The young guys came in, expanded on the lead, or didn't, give away too much of the lead. Only one Gale was on the wrong side of the plus-minus ledger. That was Chris Howell at -4 in 8 minutes. Again, 3 Gales in double figures. Mitchell Saxon led the way with a career-high 20 points. He also had 10 rebounds. That is his 3rd double-double of the season. He was 8 of 11 from the field, 4 of 7 from the free throw line, which, of course, an area that the Gales are trying to improve upon. Also had 3 assists. Remember the first play of the ball game, the first possession of the ball game for St. Mary's. There was a back cut by Aiden Mahaney from the right wing to the cup, and Saxon found him from the left elbow over the top for a lay-in. That kind of set the tone for the Gales, as that was the first of Saxon's 3 assists, but he was phenomenal tonight, a plus 26 in 28 minutes, as he led all scorers with the 20 points. Aiden Mahaney had 15, 10 in the second half. He had the first 5 of the ball game for the Gales, and then again 10 in the second half for Mahaney, 7 of 11 from the field. No rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers, though, for Aiden in 24 minutes. Alex Dukas had a baker's dozen, 13 points for Dukas, 5 of 10 shooting with a couple of rebounds. He was a plus 27 to lead the Gales in that category. Every Gale but one who saw the floor scored. Augustus Marshallonis had 8 points in the first half. He finished with 9 on 3 of 8 shooting. Did Goose also had a pair of steals, 1 rebound for Marshallonis to go along with an assist. Logan Johnson also had 9 on 3 of 9 shooting, 9.7 rebounds, 4 assists for LJ. But you look at the line of Sigu Sissoko Jawara, and 3 assists, 4 turnovers for him. That's really where you felt Logan tonight was on that side of the basketball. 7 points off the bench, a new career high for Joshua Jefferson. He was 2 of 2 from the field. Both field goals came from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 7 points for Joshua Jefferson to go along with 2 assists, back-to-back assists, and good finds across the paint on the interior to Mitchell Saxon. 2 rebounds, 2 assists for Jefferson as well. Also had 3 turnovers. One of those was a moving screen and a block shot as well for Jefferson. But nice to see him contribute offensively with a career-high 7 points in just 11 minutes. Luke Barrett came off the bench, had 3 points on 1 of 2 shooting in just under 10 minutes. Kyle Bowen, 3 points tonight, a career-high 13 rebounds, also had 3 assists. You look at and again, in the same vein as Logan Johnson, you look at Marcellus Earlington's line tonight. And Marcellus Earlington, he averages 14.7 points, 6.2 rebounds per game. Last year, Bowen held him to, and he was averaging, by the way, 20 points per game over his last 4. A year ago, Bowen held him to 21 points through 2 games on 7 of 28 shooting in 2 games against St. Mary's last night. This is where you feel Kyle Bowen right here. Marcellus Earlington, third leading scorer for San Diego. 4 points, 2 of 10 shooting, 2 rebounds, played just 22 minutes due to foul trouble. That's where you feel KB in this game tonight. Chris Howell also saw the floor for 8 minutes, did not score, took just 1 shot, had a rebound and an assist as well. 1 of 16 St. Mary's assists compared to 11 turnovers. They had 7 steals, the Gales did, and again, you really felt the Gales on the glass. They out-rebounded San Diego by 16, 41-25. The Gales, again, they're +8 on the boards for the year. That will go up as St. Mary's again. 12 more offensive rebounds tonight. They have 43 over their last 3 games. That is an incredible number as the Gales play. They continue to rebound well. 23 combined rebounds between Bowen and Saxon alone. Johnson also chipped in with 7 boards. Gales shot 56% from the floor. In fact, percentage points away. Just 0.8 of a percentage point away from their season high, 56.9 against Vanderbilt. Tonight they were 56.1. 58% in the second half, 17 of 29 after halftime, 32 of 57 for the game, 8 of 18 on threes, that's 44%. And again, the free throw shooting continues to be a point where the Gales can get better. Just 13 of 29 tonight, 59%. Saxon had 3 misses. He was 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Misses as well from Harry Wessels, who went 2 of 4. Logan Johnson, who went 2 of 4. Marshallonis went 3 of 4. And Jefferson went 1 of 2. Luke Barrett was the only perfect Gale from the free throw line. He was 1 of 1 in completing a 3-point play. Gales outscored San Diego points off turnovers 19-14. St. Mary's did that off 12 San Diego turnovers. The Toreros did that off 11 Gale turnovers. Points in the paint, again, that kind of goes hand in hand with the rebounding. St. Mary's outscored San Diego in the painted area tonight 46 to 28. Second chance points, San Diego had the edge off 9 offensive rebounds. They had 12 second chance points, a dozen offensive rebounds for St. Mary's, and the Gales had 10 second chance points. Each team had 8 points on the fast break. San Diego in their last game against CSUN, a 5-point loss, 29 points in transition against the Matadors, but tonight just 8 for the Toreros. San Diego came into play today. Again, they were 7-7. They had lost 4 of those 7 games by a combined 12 points, but tonight no match for the Gales here in Moraga. The Toreros shot a season-low 36.2%. They were 29.4% from 3, just 5 of 17, 11 of 12 from the free throw line. San Diego placed 3 in double figures. Wayne McKinney and Benji Pierre led the way with 14 apiece. For Pierre, the starting big man, he averaged just 2.3 points per game, and for Pierre, that is a new career high for him. 14 points, doubling his career high, which was 7 points at Arizona State back on December 18th. So Pierre, he was 6 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 14 for him, 14 as well for Wayne McKinney. And for him, that is 1 off a season high, 15 against Longwood on November 28th. So 14 for McKinney, 14 for Pierre. Eric Williams Jr. below his season totals. He averages 15.5 points, 10.5 rebounds per game. Tonight, 11 points, 8 rebounds for Williams. He was just 4 of 14 from the line, 0 of 5 from 3. In that game where he went for 43 against Utah State, again, a program record, he had 7 threes. And tonight, 0 of 5 from distance. Again, the Gales just, they have a way of getting out of rhythm. They were able to do that tonight against San Diego. Jawara had 7 points for San Diego on 3 of 5 from the field. 3 rebounds as well for Jawara. 3 assists, 4 turnovers for the starting point guard. Again, that's kind of where you feel Logan Johnson. Jawara just 5 shots, 7 points, 3 assists, 4 turnovers for Jawara in 31 minutes. Deuce Turner, 6 points on 2 of 2 shooting. And Neil Benawal really forced into action tonight with the Toreros shorthanded. Jaden Dallaire, Jace Townsend, both unavailable tonight. Dallaire with a wrist and Townsend with the ankle sprain. It sounds like Townsend is close to getting back. Dallaire is out indefinitely. He's still wearing a cast. And Benawal, the depth for San Diego is going to be an issue as the Toreros are once again shorthanded without the services of 2 starters. Rounding out the score sheet for the Toreros, 4 points for Earlington on just 2 of 10 shooting, 2 for Benawal, and also seeing the floor and not scoring, Nick Lynch, Jeremiah Nyarko, Devin Dalkey, and Dominic Muncy. Gales are starting to pour out of the locker room, so we'll continue our post-game coverage next. We'll have Mickey McConnell, our player of the game, after St. Mary's controls the West Coast Conference opener tonight with an 85-58 victory over the San Diego Toreros. More coming up next as our post-game show rolls along. We'll step aside. You're listening to Gales basketball from Learfield.
Panini's Ristorante has been delivering quality food and beverages to the Moraga area for years and is a proud hometown partner of St. Mary's College Athletics. Casual dining with the whole family or an adult night out, they have you covered. Visit them at 1375 Moraga Way for a wonderful experience. Panini's Ristorante.
Diablo Valley Insurance Agency is a full-service independent insurance brokerage located in Walnut Creek. Founded in 1956, our agency has been providing insurance services to clients throughout Northern California and the Western United States for over 50 years. Our team of insurance professionals will take the time to understand your needs, whether personal or related to your business, and provide the best products and services for you. Go to DiabloValleyInsurance.com today to request a quote. Diablo Valley Insurance Agency. Local, independent, trusted.
Show your school spirit and earn rewards as the official credit union of St. Mary's College, University Credit Union offers a custom-designed rewards credit card for the Gale family. Enjoy no annual fee while earning unlimited points, making the UCU St. Mary's credit card the perfect card to use for everyday use. Plus, when you open a UCU checking account, you'll show even more Gale pride with the St. Mary's College debit card. Visit ucu.org to learn more and apply today. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is Randy Bennett. You're listening to St. Mary's Basketball.
Alex Jensen back with you here in Moraga as our post-game show rolls along. St. Mary's over San Diego tonight by the final of 85-58. The Gales are now 11-4. And for the first time in 3 years, St. Mary's 1-0 in West Coast Conference play. That may sound a little strange, but the Gales, remember last year, that clunker coming off a long break at BYU when the Gales scored just 43 points and lost their West Coast Conference opener. And then a couple of years ago, the COVID year, the Gales lost 3 in a row to start league play. And kind of, well, every team kind of stumbled through their schedule that year, but the Gales ended up 14-10 and 4-6 in the league. So the Gales, for the first time, and again, 3 years, 1-0 to start the WCC. San Diego falls to 7-8 and 0-1 in WCC play. Gale fans, if you love attending live sporting events and concerts, then be sure to check out Tickets for Less. At ticketsforless.com, you'll find the best selection of tickets to all your favorite events, and you never pay steep per-ticket service fees like you do on other sites. Whether you're looking to see your Gales or are planning for a trip to see a big event in the city, ticketsforless.com should always be your first stop for tickets. Ticketsforless.com, proud partner of St. Mary's Athletics and live event goers everywhere. Again, the Gales are trickling out of the locker room. I see Mickey McConnell. Looks like he's beginning to make his way over now. So he is slated to join us after the Gales. Boy, again, outside of the free throw shooting, kind of check across all the boxes that you wanted to see tonight. As St. Mary's 11-4 to start the year. Mickey McConnell is making his way over now. Yes, St. Mary's 8-2 now at home, 11-4 in West Coast Conference play. It's time to hear from the coach. As again, I mentioned it. Efficient offense, check. Efficient defense, check. Mickey McConnell, check. Well, that was about as complete a performance as I would say that you guys have put together so far this year. San Diego is an extremely high-powered offensive club. They come in averaging nearly 80 points. You hold them to a season low in points. You hold them to a season low in field goal percentage. And you had a great offensive night as well, but I know everything starts in the defensive end. And, boy, you guys really had your way there.
Yeah, I thought we did a really nice job just from the initial the start of the game. Bowen got a block on the first possession. I thought Logan was really good early. Got us some transition, and we kind of set the tone there. And then offensively, I thought we did a really nice job as well, just moving the ball and getting great shots. And I thought we did a really nice job of just kind of getting everyone involved, and it just kind of took what they gave us a little bit. And I thought our guys were really unselfish tonight. Yeah,
you mentioned moving the ball against Wyoming, and you really kind of picked up where you left off there. And really the first possession offensively set the tone there as well. And a back cut by Mahaney and Saxon finding him over the top. It was really beautiful offense all night long.
Yeah, they did a nice job. They didn't force it offensively, and I thought Augustus came in early when Aiden got a couple fouls and really was good for us. He was aggressive. He kind of set the tone with his aggressiveness, and we hit some shots in transition early that got us going and got us to separate a little bit, and then our defense just kept grinding out stops. So we went into that first half, we played well. We let them kind of get back in it a little bit the last 5 minutes of that half. But overall, first half I thought was really good, and then second half we got it going again and separated.
Yeah, we've talked so much about Logan and his impact on both ends of the floor, and rightfully so. We called him the team's heartbeat the other night, but Kyle Bowen tonight, once again, Marcellus Earlington, this guy, he's an all-league type of player, 2 for 10 from the field. Now, he just never was able to get into a rhythm. You mentioned the first possession of the game, kind of set the tone. He was 7 for 28, by the way, last year against Kyle Bowen. But just kind of expand upon what KB does for your club defensively and how comfortable you feel when you have a pretty good four that you're going up against with, I would call KB one of the league's best defenders.
Yeah, he's really bought into being that guy defensively. And obviously just watching him, he plays so hard and with such intensity, but he's smart too. He knows, he understands the scout, he understands the flow of the game, and can really kind of sniff out situations that are coming, and he does a really nice job on the ball. So he's high level there, and he's there in the offensive boards tonight. He was a monster. He had 13 boards, only the 3 points, but it's kind of what he does. He banged his three, and he stretches the floor for us. But defensively, he set the tone. Earlington's a tough cover. He's a big body. He scores it. But Bowen did a really nice job. He was physical with him. He didn't let him get anything easy, and he kind of walled him up at the rim. So he really set the tone for us all night defensively.
How about Mitchell Saxon? I mean, you told me in the pregame show, hey, we think we have an advantage downstairs. You out-rebound them by 16 points to the paint. You had nearly 50. And Mitchell Saxon, I mean, they really didn't have anybody, it seemed, that could check him one-on-one, and he took advantage.
Yeah, I thought he started off a little slow also. I mean, he kind of missed a couple he should. He traveled early in the game, and then he really got it going. He kind of settled in. He got some rolls, made a nice post move to end the half. And then second half, he was really good. You feel him on the boards. He was good in transition. He made some nice plays. We threw ahead to him. He got a nice finish. But, yeah, for him to have 20 and 10 tonight, that's a huge step. And that's what we need. Our 4s and 5s tonight kind of dominated the boards. So those two combined, I thought, did a really good job of just kind of controlling the paint and controlling everything around the rim. They had 5 block shots, I think. So those two were great for us tonight.
The 5 guys you had on the floor at the end of the ballgame, really like the last 5 minutes or so, kind of let New Mexico State creep back into the ballgame a little bit, a week and a half ago. Felt like we saw some growth from that unit tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Those are tough situations to been in. I was in those as a player, and it's tough. You've been sitting there for a lot of the game, and you have to come in and play the right way, and you're playing against their starters a lot of times. So they did a really nice job. I thought early they kind of had to get their feet under them a little bit, and then they separated it. They really moved the ball well. I thought Joshua Jefferson did a really nice job. Obviously, he hit the 2 threes, but just kind of facilitating. He made a couple nice passes, and then it was good. We got Aiden going a little bit. He got foul trouble early, but he kind of got that second group going late in that game. But I thought across the board, Chris Howell, Luke Barrett, Harry really did a nice job. Joshua did an excellent job when they came in.
Yeah, the block shot as well. I believe that was on Earlington, if I'm not mistaken, a block shot on Earlington. Okay, so I'm sure it was nice to get your starters off their feet for a little bit. I mean, each of them got 10 minutes of rest or so. We talked about the quick turnarounds in league play. That's a nice luxury that your club afforded you tonight.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you forget because in the non-conference you have at least a few days in between, but now it's rest one day, play the next. So I think it's a luxury when you can get those guys some rest, and it gets your other guys experience too, because then you don't have to play your starters so much, and you kind of can grow your team that way. So I thought the starters were excellent tonight. Obviously, their plus-minus kind of tells the story, but it really, I thought our second unit did a really nice job as well.
Okay, 1-0 in West Coast Conference play. Quick turnaround. First true road game of the season. All these neutral games, Meg, but first true road game of the season on Saturday, and it's a big one.
Yeah, no doubt. Santa Clara is off to a good start this year. It's always a tough game to play, and they're talented as always. So it will be a tough one coming up. Our guys need to get some rest, get kind of recovered, and get as fresh as they can, and then get ready to play on Saturday.
All right, Mick. Well, appreciate your time. Congrats on the win. We'll see you on Saturday.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right, that's Mickey McConnell after the Gales take down San Diego 85-58. You heard from Mickey. I mean, the Gales set the tone from the very beginning on both ends of the floor as they got the block on one end and then an easy back cut for a lay-in on the other. And, again, the Gales were just kind of off and running from about the beginning of the first half onward. 29-6, that run from the 17:35 mark to the 7:40 mark. Again, that's a 10-minute stretch where the Gales allowed just 6 points, put up 29 in their own right. Again, St. Mary's is really showing the ability to put up points in a hurry, at least at times. And, we talked about Aiden Mahaney and what he was able to do against Wyoming with 9 straight points in kind of the blink of an eye. Aiden Mahaney didn't score a point during that 29-6 run by the Gales to take a 22-point lead, take control of the game. Their lead would never get to be less than 14 again, as San Diego cut it to 30-24. That's